school number 22, Tilden Sioux. And now the starting lineup for your DubSea Seal Slingers as announced by interim manager Mark Lennon. Leading off for the Seal Slingers, the center fielder from Linfield, number 20, Rylan Bullard. Batting second, the shortstop from Gonzaga, number 12, Jake Rowling. Batting third, the right fielder from Pierce College, number 6, Riley Sonoy. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter from New Mexico State, number 4, Noah Benedict. In the 5-hole, the left fielder from Bellevue College, number 19, Jackson Goulet. Batting sixth, the first baseman from Southeastern, number 29, Braden Bartholomew. Batting seventh, the catcher from New Mexico State, number 28, Evan Holder. Batting eighth, the third baseman from Centralia, number 24.
Baum Bat. More like Bum Bat. Oh, shit.
I served the base.
Another Seal Slinger Sunday is upon us here in West Seattle, as this Sunday afternoon contest will feature the Slingers facing off for the first time this season against Elevate Northwest, who made the trip from Vancouver down south here in Washington. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you once again as the Slingers finished off a 3-1 series victory over the Redmond Dudes last night, as we take a look at those highlights.
Yeah, really back and forth affair the whole way. The largest lead was 2 when the Dudes took a 2-0 lead in the early stages. Riley Sonoy gave the Fish Sticks their first lead of the day in the 6th with a base hit up the middle. Fish Sticks led 4-3 after that, and then Matt Meadows, who was just dynamite for the Dudes last night, ripped a double down the right field line and gave the Dudes the lead right back, 5-4. Meadows ended up reaching base 4 of 5 plate appearances yesterday, so a really good day for him. But the first pitch of the bottom of the 7th inning, Braden Bartholomew responds with a solo shot to tie things up at 5. And I called extra innings yesterday. I don't know how I did that, but it was the second extra innings game of the season for the Fish Sticks, and the first one that they were able to prevail in. Cade Galen walks things off on a 4-pitch walk in a 10th inning where there were not a lot of strikes thrown, and a really good win for the Fish Sticks to get back to 500 in PIL play.
So 3 of 4 were taken against the Dudes, who the Fish Sticks and the Seal Slingers will see very soon. And the Slingers improved to 7-5 on the season. And the Seal Slinger jersey and those beautiful baby blues will make their second appearance of the summer here against Elevate Northwest. First pitch is just around the corner.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
And we are back here at a bit of an overcast Sunday afternoon as the Seal Slingers prepare to take on Elevate Northwest. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangma with you as we take a look at the first fish from today. Finn Crispy Jr. coming out to deliver the fish to Travis Thompson. He's actually a musician and has a song with Macklemore.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what you're going for out of Seattle, to get a song with Macklemore. And a pretty good fish toss from him as well. Ryder Peterson, who was absolute nails yesterday, defending stick of the game, probably could have hauled that in.
Ryder Peterson currently is your favorite athlete's favorite athlete. Has 9 innings of relief out of the pen and is scoreless.
Yeah, no earned runs.
No earned runs.
1 run over those 9 innings, and he has just been
incredible.
On a tear. And it's 2 straight games that he's appeared in as well. So
yeah, and he's gotten out of jams. He's done everything, and he was fantastic last night down the stretch as the Slingers took that extra innings victory. As Angus, let's take a look at the keys for the game.
So the first key is going to be to win deep counts. We saw a lot of this in the Dudes series of just getting into 2-2, 3-2 counts and then giving out walks or swinging and missing at strike 3. This goes for both sides of the ball. You got to be able to win those deep counts because those turn into high leverage at bats really quickly. The second one is a patient approach, especially in those first 3 innings yesterday. The Fish Sticks did not do a good job of working into those aforementioned deep counts. They were going after the first, second, and third pitches, and they weren't making Cody O'Donnell earn any outs. So you want to limit that, and then you want to limit pitching changes as well. This is the second of 9 straight days with a game for the Fish Sticks, and it's going to be a bullpen game. So you want to keep the total pitchers as low as you possibly can, and that's going to have to start with Cole Nupfer, the starting pitcher, and then everyone that follows behind him.
So Nupfer will be the starting pitcher. You did mention that it is a bullpen game for Coach DeGallier, who is becoming the interim manager for the 2nd straight game after the win last night. But Nupfer went over 3 innings in his last appearance, going to St. Mary's, so another Division I guy. So he can definitely go the length, and that's exactly what DeGallier is going to want to see out of him today.
Yeah, there has been some shifting around with this rotation ever since Eli Hurst's season is done, ever since he left for the Combine. And Guedes Rodriguez has kind of turned into the guy. And believe it or not, I think our lineup is not – I think our lineup lied to us. It's going to be Rodrigo Montano getting the start today, and Nupfer will likely go tomorrow against –
Yeah, you actually just saw they announced that it was Nupfer in the stadium, and it is not Nupfer. It is Rodrigo Montano that is going to take the ride in the water taxi to the mound. Look at that.
Well, we didn't even know their team name until 30 minutes ago. We didn't know who we were playing for quite a while.
So this will be the national anthem sung by Paul Klein and his partner, Ann Jones. nicely done by Paul Klein and Ann Jones there on the national anthem. As you mentioned, the second of 9 straight games for this Seal Slinger team. So Rodrigo Montano, a little bit of a curveball for us. He will be the starter after Cole Nutfra was listed as the starter in the lineup in the dugout. So not something you see all the time, as we have actually a little bit of a show-off. And Eli Hurst wins the battle on the line against Elevate Northwest.
Yeah, didn't have to do too much to win that standoff today. But Montano, again, like you said, just not what we were expecting. The lineup in the dugout showed Nutfra about 40 minutes ahead of first pitch. But Montano, a fellow freshman just like Nutfra, heading to the Colorado School of Mines down in Golden, has thrown 3 innings this year, and it has been pretty good so far. He's allowed 3 hits and no earned runs.
Yes, he's from Eastlake High School, where Coach Kribbe was the coach before departing for the University of Hawaii at Hilo. Montano, no earned runs in those 3 innings, but does have 5 walks. We talked a little bit yesterday about the control issues from some of the pitchers. Montano's stuff is great when he puts it in the zone, but 5 walks in 3 innings, that'll be something we'll have to look out for. As we take a look, our first look at Elevate Northwest's lineup, it'll be Will Cooley in center field leading it off, and then Matthew Henning at second, and Kane Nishikawa will be at third base. Those will be the top 3 due up in the top of the first. Then first baseman Emmett Brown, Cole Williamson hitting 5-hole. He'll be in right field, and Ethan Swallam will be behind the dish hitting in the 6th spot. And then Tilden Sue, he's going to be the pitcher at the 7-hole, but he's also listed as the designated hitter for this afternoon's contest. And then Zach Daniel will be playing at short, and Sam Melberg will be playing in left field. So this is a non-league game. So Elevate was allowed 10 batters. That is what the Fish Sticks will do, or the Seal Slingers will do, as we'll take a look at in the bottom half of the inning. But only 9 will be in the lineup for Elevate Northwest, as the crew will look to exit the field. And on the schedule, it did say Baum Bat, so they go by a couple different names. You might mention, or you might see that it says Sasquatch on their jerseys as well. So Elevate Northwest is what they're going by today, as the first pitch from Montano is taken towards the ice chest and foul. A little bit dangerous over there. But that's strike 1 to Will Cooley.
It's good to see Isaac Watson back in the field in the first inning today, over at third, where he is so good, but just in the past couple games he hasn't had the same caliber glove that we've become accustomed to with him.
So that's ball 1 to Cooley. Cooley from Lake Washington High School, one of 3 Lake Washington guys in this lineup. Lake Washington went 19-11 overall last year, was 3rd in the district with an 11-8 record. So now 2-1 to Cooley. So Elevate coming in from down south in Vancouver, Washington. Not the first time that the Slingers will see them this season. That off-speed caught Cooley off balance, and the count evens out.
You're not going to see a lot of strikeout stuff from Rodrigo Montano, but he's done a good job of forcing weak contact this season. It's turned into 3 innings with no earned runs.
Montano, 2-2 count to Will Cooley. Delivers a bit high, and the count fills up.
So first batter of the game, and here we are in a deep count. This will be a good litmus test to start the day off for the Seal Slingers.
Slingers had 5 walks through 2 innings yesterday. That got them behind. And Montano will walk the first batter, so Cooley will go aboard. Again, it's been a problem all season long. We've talked about it for this Seal Slinger pitching staff, and it arises again today.
Yeah, that 3-2, just goes off speed and it rolls off the table. Good on Cooley to leave that be, and now the heart of the order has a runner on.
I'll bring up Matthew Henning playing at second base and hitting in the 2 slot. He takes a rip at the first pitch and fouls it back. Henning, an interesting pipeline, played at UW, University of Washington in 2025, where he hit .258 in 9 starts. And now he's at Southeast Missouri State, SEMO. We were talking about first 4 Demons is SEMO in the college basketball world.
Always a contender in the OVC come March.
Another swing and a miss from Henning, and Montano's ahead 0-2.
Definitely the fastest pitch we've seen from Montano today, and he just goes top rail and challenges Henning.
So Montano has the view of Cooley over at first. And third consecutive foul ball from Henning, who will stay alive in the count.
Henning, a D1 talent on this team, something that you don't see a lot of in the PIL, so definitely a very capable hitter here.
Again, a non-league game between Elevate and the Slingers. Here's the 0-2 down low for ball one. So Cooley drew a leadoff walk after getting behind in the count. He's at first. Henning now battling, hitting in the 2-hole. Montano takes a look. He will take off. Runner goes. Strike 3 is called. And Cooley will slide in safely to second base. So the out registered at the plate. Montano with his first strikeout of the game, but Cooley a stolen base.
Yeah, never really a chance for Hellner to get Cooley at second, but look at that pitch. I mean, paints the low part of the zone. You can see Henning probably didn't like it as much as we did up here, but that's a strike every day of the week for Montano.
So I'll bring up Kane Nishikawa, another Lake Washington high school grad. Teammates with Cooley, who's at second base, just got that stolen base. And he looks at strike one, and we're taking a look at Nishikawa. He's kind of a utility guy, to say the least, over at Lake Washington. Plays a lot of different positions, but today he's at third base. A lot of utility guys on this team, a lot of pitchers and hitters. And again, Tilden Sue listed as the pitcher today, also listed as the DH. So we expect to see a change, but Tilden Sue will be in the lineup hitting 7-hole.
Sue also caught and played third base in high school, so a really versatile guy at Lakeside. We'll talk more about him when he's up. It's a pretty cool story for this team.
So 2-1 count now to Nishikawa. Montano taking his time. Fires into 2-1 outside the zone. But Nishikawa was fooled and the count evens out.
Nishikawa just expected Montano to come into the zone there, which Montano is really good at, and instead he gets the chase out of him. Nishikawa totally sitting fastball there.
Another 2-2 count for Montano. Takes a look at Cooley, who stole second. And Nishikawa will stay alive.
Ouch. That hit him right in the shin. Off the bat, he's going to take a lap around home plate. You can see it's kind of messing with that left shin. It hit him right in the front leg.
Anyone who's played baseball know how much that hurts and how it hurts more than it looks like it should. Down in that ankle area. We'll take another look. Ooh.
Ow.
Yeah, just right.
Yeah, that caught the
left
side of
shin.
the bone, too. Yeah, that's got to hurt.
Here's another 2-2 from Montano, and that's upstairs. And another full count incoming.
First 3-2 count we saw today, Montano's offering was outside for ball 4 to Cooley. So Montano's got to live in the zone here on Nishikawa.
Emmett Brown, the big cleanup hitter, waiting on deck. Montano delivers, and Nishikawa will live to fight another day.
Already looming large in this top of the first inning is winning those deep counts. Walker and out here is the difference between a big jam and a very likable situation if you're the Seal Slingers.
Another payoff pitch coming, and another foul ball. Nice catch.
Wow.
Look at that extension. I believe that's Kenji Bray that made the snag.
Yeah, he was kind of farming it over there too. He was making sure everyone saw that.
Kenji Bray, we might see him tonight out of the bullpen. Here's another 3-2, driven well to left field, but Jackson Dulé will camp out under it, and Montano wins the lengthy battle against Nishikawa for out number 2.
Yeah, lengthy indeed, and Montano gives a high five to Nishikawa as he runs right by. I'm sure those two have played many games against each other over their days playing high school ball in the Seattle area, but a really good at-bat from both sides, and pretty good contact from Nishikawa, just finds Dulé's mitt.
So this is Emmett Brown, one of the few class of 2027 guys on this Baum squad. And he takes a huge hack for strike 1. So comes here to Elevate Northwest from Glacier Peak High School, listed as 6'2", 225. Not turned 18 just yet. So big bat here at the cleanup spot. And he takes a look, and he's down 0-2.
Yeah, both of those on the lower half of the zone, but both so well placed. Brown was way out in front of the first one, then doesn't offer at the second one. So Montano way ahead here, which is where he wants to be.
Here's the 0-2, driven a million miles in the air. Hamada over there at second. He'll call everybody off, and he'll make the catch. So lengthy inning for Rodrigo Montano, but comes away unscathed. And we'll see the Seal Slingers line up for the first time on this Sunday afternoon in the bottom of the first.
Really good job by Montano. Yes, he did work into some tough counts in that top of the first inning, but outside of a mistake pitch to Cooley that gave him a free bag, he did a really good job of just planting his foot in the strike zone and not giving Elevate any free passes. Oh, look out!
Oh, boy.
Josiah. That's not good.
Man, that is, oh boy. Here we go. Josiah was soaked. That suit is, it's hard to miss. We'll take another look.
You think that's going to, like, compress?
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
Man, that's got to not be warm either.
Yeah. He'll have some explaining to do with the dry cleaners.
Again, Josiah the third on-field host. All of them have been great.
Yeah, Micah made an appearance yesterday, and obviously Jonah has been the regular before this weekend, and Josiah taking his place beautifully. And the Fish Sticks will get their first hacks. Again, that 2 spot, kind of just a revolving door right now.
It is, and we'll see another name in the 2 spot as we take a look at today's lineup for the Seal Slingers. Of course, the household name leading things off, Rylan Gollard will be in center field. Jake Rolling has made his way all the way up to the 2-hole. He'll be at the shortstop position. We saw him at second base yesterday make some great plays. And then Riley Sonoy, who's been swinging the bat really well, will be 3-hole and playing in right field. And then Noah Benedict will be in the DH slot. And then Jackson Dulé, Braden Bartholomew, and Evan Hellner, 5'6'7". Hellner will get the call behind the dish. We saw Peyton Barsotti and Jake Daly there the last couple of games, so Hellner will get called today. And then Jake Daly, the extra hitter in the 9 spot. And again, because it is a non-league game, there are 10 batters allowed. And DeGallier will go with Alex Hamada hitting in the 10-hole and playing second base. So that'll bring up Rylan Gollard. Again, sees his name in the transfer portal after hitting .329 at Linfield last year, and we expect him to be in the Division I ranks next season.
He's just off to a blazing start here in White Center this summer. After hitting just under the Mendoza line last year, he has become far and away the most reliable hitter for this team. Oh, Cole Nuffer's in trouble. Come on, Cole.
Cole is being asked to move by the umpire over there down the first base line.
We're better than that, Cole.
Gollard hitting .341 this summer. Takes a big hack. Now 1-1 count.
We don't see a lot of huge hacks from Rylan Gollard like that, so definitely a rarity for the leadoff hitter. Must have gotten a pitch he really liked.
Gollard was 5 for 17 in the 4-game series against the Dudes that ended yesterday. That's called strike. Couple groans from the crowd. And a 1-2 count. Gollard also had a 3-run moonshot in Thursday's game that gave the Sticks the lead early in that one before they eventually lost it in the 9th. And up the middle, and that's the Rylan Gollard we're used to seeing. And the leadoff man is aboard. A great piece of hitting from Gollard.
It's almost like deja vu every game with Rylan Gollard. Just a line drive straight up the middle, no chance for any defender. And he finds himself on first. Team leader in stolen bases with 5 this season, so don't be surprised if he heads for second.
That is Gollard's 16th hit of the year, double anyone else on the Fish Sticks roster right now. Jackson Dulé has 8, and he's second on the team. And that'll bring up Rolling. Takes a look at strike one from Tilden Sue. Rolling again. Limited appearances after that ankle injury held him out of the first couple of weeks of the season, but the Gonzaga commit has been showing off his talent, especially in that Dudes series. But quickly behind 0-2.
You can see Rolling didn't agree with that call, but Sue's got pretty good velocity on that ball, and we kind of alluded to it in the top half of the inning. But Sue, a really cool story. Played catcher, third base, and pitched at Lakeside High School. He's a switch hitter, and he's committed to NYU.
That's a resume. That is a baseball resume right there. That's outside, ball 1 to Rolling. Rolling was 4 for 10 in the Dudes series, including a home run in the bottom of the 9th on Thursday. He's also walked a few times and been hit by a pitch. Right now, his on-base percentage through 14 plate appearances is .571. As Gollard takes off, that's in the turf, and he'll bounce straight up. So that'll be an easy bag for Gollard, and he's in scoring position.
Yeah, he would have gotten that bag anyway if it was a clean exchange, because he got a great jump on Sue, but the ball gets away, and one of the easier steals you'll ever see for Rylan Gollard.
So the count evens out after Rolling went down 0-2. And the speedy Gollard at second base. Sue takes a couple looks. This one's up the middle, could be trouble, and that'll get through for a base hit. Gollard's being waved home. The throw coming in from center field, not in time. Jake Rolling once again, man, he is a star in the making, and he drives in Gollard for the first run of the game.
All the Seal Slingers need today is 2 batters, and they've got a 1-0 lead here at the Friar, and that looked very similar to Gollard's hit, except it was on the ground this time around and just hit too hard as well.
And that'll bring up Noah Benedict. You see him a lot in the outfield, a great glove and a lot of speed, but he's DHing and hitting cleanup tonight. Or this afternoon, as that one's upstairs for ball 1. Benedict hitting .316 this summer. He's 6 for 19 from the plate. New Mexico State guy at the Division I level. Here's the 1-0 zipped in there for strike 1 from Sue.
Sue's been throwing some pretty good pitches. It's just been a couple mistakes to Gollard and Rolling right down the pipe that have turned into a run and a runner on second for the Seal Slingers.
1-1 with 1 gone. Jake Rolling's at second. Curveball misses low. So Rolling drove in Rylan Gollard's 2 straight hits to start out the bottom of the first. And a good way to start for the Slingers, who have not started hot from the plate, at least in the Dudes series. And Benedict pops this up towards left field. Melberg, it's Talon, and he's going to make the grab. So that'll be the second out of the inning. That's the first time we've seen a ball tail past the ice chest, and that gave Melberg an opportunity to make the out in foul territory.
Yeah, just a little bit shorter, and that would have been out of play, but really good job by Melberg to track that ball. And we saw Rolling maybe think about going to third with how weird of a throw that is from that little inlet of fair play out there, but he'll stick around at second for Dulé.
Another hot bat on this team is Jackson Dulé, a great fielder at left field. And he's hitting in the 5 spot. First pitch is low for ball one. Dulé was 3 for 9 in the Dudes series, had a couple RBIs as well. 2 separate RBI singles that scored base runners. And Dulé, after a tough start to the season, is up to 370. And he's ahead 2-0.
Braden Bartholomew on deck. We saw Bartholomew just piece a ball over the left field netting out there to tie the game in the 7th yesterday.
Here's the 2-0 offering from Sue down low, and a 3-0 count. Now this could get interesting with 2 gone. Rolling and Dulé, 2 of the speediest guys on the team. We've seen a couple of double steals executed from the Slingers. For better or for worse, over the past couple of games, they haven't all been successful, but might be an option if Dulé were to reach base. Here's the 3-0 zone finder for strike one.
We haven't really seen Ethan Swallom's arm behind the plate yet. Gillard obviously broke when Rolling was up to bat, but that ball got by Swallom and there was no throw.
Sue taking a look at Rolling. The 3-1 upstairs for ball 4, so 2 will be aboard with 2 outs now for Braden Bartholomew. And this could be dangerous if Bartholomew were to replicate what happened last night.
Yeah, first at bat of the night yesterday. Came in to pinch hit for Tyler Eisenhut and tied the game with 1 swing in 1 pitch in the bottom of the 7th off Benji Sherman. And that was the final run of regulation, at least. That made it 5-5, and then the Seal Slingers put it away 6-5 in 10 innings last night.
And that was the highest apex on a home run by far we've seen at the Friar this summer. So Bartholomew, he broke an 0 for 13 slump with that home run. He's back in the lineup after not getting the start yesterday. Gets aggressive and fouls off the first pitch.
You want to see Bartholomew aggressive, though. He goes after first pitches quite a bit, and he does quite a bit of damage exit velo-wise when he gets his pitch.
So Sue behind 0-1. Rolling got the scoring started with an RBI single. He's at second. And Bartholomew fooled by that off speed and quickly behind 0-2.
Nice pitch from Sue there. Just takes his foot off the gas, and Bartholomew obviously sitting fastball after seeing it the first time around. It's been Sue's primary pitch today, so good sequencing to get ahead 0-2 here.
Evan Hellner's on deck. He's leading all qualified batters for the Slingers with a .429 average. And Bartholomew whiffs at strike 3. A nice looking off speed from Sue, but not before Jake Rolling got the scoring started with an RBI single up the middle, and the Slingers have a 1-0 lead.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric, Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Once upon a home, in a Seattle bungalow, the Huffs searched on Thumbtack to find their next pro. Now the job is all done, and the table is set. The hot dogs taste better on their fancy new deck. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
And back here for more Seal Slinger action as Rodrigo Montano will take the mound once again. Had a little bit of trouble in the top of the first, but was able to come away with no runs on the scoreboard. So it'll be 6-7-8 due up for the Elevate Northwest, I should say. Team Sasquatch, Baum Bat, so many different ways you could really approach that. But Elevate Northwest is what we're going with today. And it'll be Ethan Swallom up to the plate. And he takes a look at strike one.
This won't be the last time the Seal Slingers see Elevate Northwest. They play them in the last series of the year, July 30th to August 1st, right here at the Friar.
And Swalham quickly behind 0-2. Swalham, a North Creek High School grad. He's catching behind the dish for Tilden Sioux as of right now. Here's the 0-2. Near the zone, but called for ball one. Man, that didn't miss by much.
You can see Hellner kind of posted up right in the middle of the zone and just leave it there. I think he thought he had strike three in his mitt.
The 1-2 offering is fouled off. It's kind of what we saw in the first inning. Montano would get ahead in counts, but Elevate wouldn't go down without a fight.
And even with that, Montano was able to do a good job of not trying to do too much and staying in the strike zone and getting out of the inning clean, and he does it right there.
That's strike three. That's a great at-bat, and really after a long first inning, Montano's going to welcome that 4-pitch at-bat. As we take another look, just way behind the fastball is Ethan Swalham. Second strikeout already for Montano, and that'll bring up Tilden Sioux, the opposing pitcher.
Yeah, pitcher on pitcher here, something you're not going to see too much of at the Friar. Sioux chases way up for strike one. Montano starting to get some chases. I think that's going to be huge against this Sasquatch lineup that just doesn't seem to go away at the plate.
Actually, we did make a mistake. This is Swalham at the dish. Cole Williamson was the one who struck out in the last at-bat. It was actually 5-6-7 due up, so our apologies for that. But Cole Williamson was the one who struck out, and now this is Ethan Swalham.
It's been quite the roster snafu
Yeah.
ever since we showed up to the stadium today. We showed up and we thought the Seal Slingers were taking on Baum Bat, and then we learned that it was either Baum Bat or Elevate Northwest, and that we should ask the coach when he gets here what team we're playing today, and we think it's the same roster.
A bit of a process.
We're not sure.
And this one's lined into right field, so Swalham was not happy that apparently he struck out last at bat, according to me, and decides to rip a single, and that ball was hit hard.
Yeah, the first hit Montano gives up today, and it is pieced up. Swalham caught the barrel on that one, and no chance for Bartholome or Hamada over there.
So the first hit of the game, Will Cooley walked. He was the first base runner back in the first inning. So now this is Tilden Sioux hitting in the 7th slot. And this one's hit hard. Gollard's going back. He's at the track, and he'll watch it fly. Tilden Sioux, how about that? A 2-run shot, and Elevate Northwest takes the lead.
Instead of asking for run support from his lineup, he just decides, you know what, I'll do it myself. And he gives his team a 2-1 lead. He will come back out on the mound in the bottom of the second inning, pulling an Otani here at the Friar, and a really good charge into that ball. You thought maybe it would stay in the park for Gollard out there in the warning track, but it sneaks over in left center. Really nice looking swing right there.
Yeah, Gollard's got a lot of speed, and when you see him start to run out of room, you got to wonder if that wind's going to carry that ball. So Tilden Sioux, as you said, gives himself his own run support. And now Elevate Northwest is up 2-1, and that'll bring up Zach Daniel, the shortstop. So big comeback at bat for Montano. He was able to get out of the jam in the first inning, but with one swing of the bat, caught a little surprise, and Elevate's up 2-1. Daniel, another North Creek High School guy, takes a big hack at strike 2.
Yeah, big hack is an understatement right there. He saw the fastball out of Montano's hand and tried to one-up Sioux.
Montano delivers, and that's strike 3. Great way to come back after that home run. The third strikeout for Montano in the second out of the inning.
Yeah, really good bounce back. He had Zach Daniel on a string that entire time as we get a look at the ice chest. Pretty good crowd over there today. I think you can see Travis Thompson, who threw out the first pitch. He's hanging out over there.
the crowd increases as we go on Sunday afternoon. Definitely a bigger crowd at the start for Saturday night games. There's Travis Thompson. Again, song with Macklemore. You should check it out. It's the 1-0. Caught the zone for strike one to Sam Melberg, who made a catch just past the ice chest in the last inning. So back to the top of the order next. Melberg's behind 1-2.
Yeah, still hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder, and that's just because Montano's been able to locate. This is really good to see out of Rodrigo Montano after giving up a homer to Sue just 2 batters ago.
Here's the 1-2 delivery just upstairs, and the count will even out. So 2-2 count with 2 gone for Melberg, another Lake Washington guy in this lineup. And the 2-2 driven hard, but right at Jake Rolling for the 3rd out of the inning. But Tilden Sue, a 2-run shot, gives himself run support and Elevate Northwest with a 2-1 lead.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
So 7, 8, 9 due up for the Fish Sticks in the bottom of the second. That is correct, right? I believe
yes,
so. Okay. We're getting that right. We take another look at Tilden Sue, who's taking the mound, and that was the 2-run shot that gave Elevate the lead.
Yeah, and that ball was pretty much crushed. Sue, we were obviously talking about the comps that you've got. He's kind of just Ohtaniing this game at the Friar tonight, and not the greatest inning of work on the mound for Sue in the first inning. We'll see if he's got the confidence carrying over from giving his team the lead back in the top of the second. But a back-and-forth affair yesterday, and already a lead change in the second inning today.
So Evan Hellner will be the first to hit the batter's box against Sue in the bottom of the second. Hellner's only played in 7 of the 12 games so far this season, but he's hitting .429 and has an OPS of 1169. So we've loved what we've seen out of Hellner in a small sample size, and there's another Glizzy cam. Look at that.
Jacob Swanson, if you're watching, we love you.
Classic. As Hellner takes a look at strike one. Hellner from Sumner High School, where he spent this past year, is committed to New Mexico State to join Beckett Turnbow, another freshman on this Slinger squad. Up the middle, and he finds a gap. So another hit for Hellner, who stays hot to begin this summer. And a leadoff man is aboard for the second straight inning.
Yeah, right back up the middle, which is where all 3 Slingers hits have ended up so far today. And, you know, if we're playing on grass, that probably pops right into the mitt of Sue, but it bounces right over him for a base hit. Hellner continues his hot streak.
That'll bring up Isaac Watson. Hellner taking a generous lead at first. And Watson watches ball one. It's been a pretty interesting season for Isaac Watson. A great glove at third. Made a couple of errors in game 3 against the Dudes, but was great in the field yesterday. We've also seen him pitch well this year. But right now, he is hitless at the plate. And that's in there for strike one. So Watson is 0 for 14 this year, but has drawn the most walks on this team. He has 6 walks. So an on-base percentage of 300. but still looking for his first hit. 1-1 just misses again, showing off that great eye that he has, and it's a 2-1 count.
With no Mark Lynn here for these past couple games, it's been fun to kind of keep track of who the first base coach is for the Seal Slingers. Right now it's Peyton Barsotti over there manning the bag. We saw Eli Hurst, Nathan Burke get some action in yesterday.
I think they did a pretty good job.
I would say so.
No mistakes.
There were no real base running errors outside of maybe a caught stealing somewhere in there, but that's not the first base coach's fault. The Gallier is the one picking up the signs.
And Coach Kribbe is in the house as a fan. Look at that. As Watson fouls that off, and the count will fill up. So Coach Kribbe, again, the winningest coach in franchise history, was unable to finish the summer because he accepted a new job at University of Hawaii at Hilo, a D2 program down there in Paradise. So he will depart from the Seal Slingers a bit early, and then it was interim manager Mark Lynn who was going to take over, but he's not been here the last 2 days. Here's the payoff, and Watson will stay alive.
We've seen Isaac Watson do this a couple times now at the plate this season, where just will not go away, but hasn't been able to break through for a hit in any of these situations.
So here's the payoff pitch to Isaac Watson. And he'll stay alive once again.
This will not go away. This is one of those deep counts. The first one we've really seen with the Seal Slingers at the dish today. But 3 hits in this game, all singles, so seeing the ball well so far.
Third straight payoff pitch incoming. And it's off the zone, so Isaac Watson once again forces a walk, his 7th of the summer, and now 2 are aboard with nobody out.
I mean, for a guy that doesn't have a hit this year, he is really good at getting on base, and he had a walk in the bottom of the 9th yesterday and ended up on second before Rylan Gullard grounded out. So he was almost responsible for the winning run yesterday, but he has shown on multiple occasions just that discipline he has in the box. And now a good setup for the Slingers to tie this or maybe take the lead right back.
So I'll bring up Jake Daly, who had a nice start to the summer but was 1 for 7 in that Dudes series. And he fouls away strike 1.
Look at how far Emmett Brown is playing in here.
And the first baseman playing below the turf line.
Sasquatch going to be all over the bunt if Daly does lay it down. We saw Sonoy lay down a bunt in the bottom of the first.
Still nobody gone. Daly rips another one foul.
Seems like Jake Daly really has no intention to lay down a bunt right here. And now Brown will back out with 2 strikes. So Elevate Northwest not letting any bunt singles go by. We've already seen a couple of those this season for the Seal Slingers.
Daly was 0 for 4 in the series finale win last night. Here's the 0-2, out and away. So Sue's having a tough time finishing off counts. He was ahead of Watson in the last count before a lengthy battle ended in a walk. And Evan Hellner started off the inning with the single up the middle. Still nobody gone.
Also, if you want to bunt, you've got Alex Amata on deck. Still one of the greatest bunts I've ever seen earlier this year.
And Daly chases at the high cheese, and that'll be strike 3. So now 1 away.
Huge out for Sue right there, but that's just a chase, plain and simple, from Jake Daly. And now Hamada and a chance to see him bunt with runners on second and first and 1 out, because he has been really good at laying those down this season.
So Hamada, the 10-hole hitter. Don't say that often. With 1 gone. That's up and away for ball 1.
Also something to think about here, Rylan Gullard is on deck, and if you're DeGallier and the Seal Slingers, you probably want to take the double play out of order here. So maybe that is playing into the decision, what is seemingly the decision for Hamada to not show bunt here.
1-0 again, way out for ball 2. Hamada was 1 for 7 in the Dudes series, saw pretty limited time. Usually back and forth with Tyler Eisenhut in the lineup and at second base. Had a nice play at shortstop yesterday. Was in for 1 inning and caught pretty high line out. And he's ahead 2-0. Takes a rip. Green light was on. This one's again towards the ice chest and tailing towards insurance ball territory.
I like that swing from Hamada, though. That's probably one of the best pitches you're ever going to get from Tilden Sue, and he was just a little late to the party.
So Daly struck out in the last at-bat. Sue looking to limit the damage as the first 2 base runners were aboard. And that one's fired in there for strike 2.
Really nice pitch from Sue on the inside half there. Now, Hamada has been really good with 2 strikes this season, similar to Watson, who's on first base.
Count evens out. Sue looking for a big punch out. Looks at Hellner and delivers the 2-2, and Hamada battling.
You can tell Sue loves that fastball. We've rarely seen him go to the off-speed today. What's up, Cole?
That was Cole Nupfer, who we thought was going to start. We will probably see him at some point today. Just a great guy, great personality. Here's another 2-2, and this time Hamada swings and misses for strike 3. So 2 straight strikeouts, and now 2 are down, but back to the top of the order with Rylan Gullard.
Yeah, Gullard found green grass his first time up, and Hellner not the fastest runner in the world out on second, so with that grass being so tall out there, he's probably going to score on anything into the outfield, but nothing hard hit right at an outfielder is probably going to result in a run for the Seal Slingers here.
So Gullard had a hard hit single up the middle his first time up, would steal a base and eventually come around to score. Continuing a sensational start. Again, in the portal, and he is a Division I player with no doubt in my mind.
He's been playing like one ever since he got here this summer, and you know, the numbers speak for themselves for him this year.
Hit 294 in the Dudes series. Wanted to offer at it, didn't like the call, and a 1-1 count.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of people here that did like the call. You could see Gullard. Let's get another look at his reaction here. Ooh, yeah, there he goes.
He didn't love that call. It's a ball we've seen him swing at a couple of times this season. Sometimes he does get a little greedy in the start accounts, but it's been working out for him so far. That one was a no-doubter in the turf. So Gullard, Gavin George still hurt. Again, he was kind of the second part of the 1-2 punch at the top of this lineup, but we will likely not see him for the rest of the summer with a torn hamstring. But Gullard at 341 with a 988 OPS. Almost the same pitch. That was called a strike, but a 3-1 count.
So now with Gullard in a hitter's count, I'm interested to see if Sue challenges him with a fastball or with an open base. Doesn't do anything too dangerous, but Jacob Rolling on deck already has a run batted in this game, so no real good choice for Elevate Northwest here.
Here's the 3-1, a huge swing from Gullard, and the count fills up.
So Sue kind of challenges Gullard right there and beats him. Now 3-2, a big pitch in the early stages of this game.
So the runners will be moving on the base paths. Could mean an extra run if this ball is sent to the outfield. Here's the payoff from Sue. hit well, but right at the shortstop. And Zach Daniel flipped it to the wrong person, and Gollard is safe. Hellner will hold up at third base, but man, you don't see that very often. And everyone is safe.
That's why you send your runners on 3-2 counts. Watson beats the throw to second base. Such good base running from Isaac Watson. And that throw got away from Brown over at first base. Hellner thought about heading for home. He probably would have been out. So a good choice by Hellner to stick around at third. And now Jake Rolling, who already drove in a run in the first inning, comes up with the bags packed in the second.
So Rolling looking to add on to an already stellar start to the season. And that might have clipped him. Not sure if it hit Rolling. It almost looks like it did. I think he got out of the way just in case Hellner was going to take home. That's pretty far inside. We'll take another look.
It's going to be tough to tell from this angle. I don't think that caught any piece of him, so it'll just be ball one. I think a smart mound visit for Elevate Northwest here, especially against a hitter like Rolling, who's already got a hit and is obviously capable of doing some damage. Already has a homer this year.
So Rolling came in from Jesuit High School, where he put up some pretty laughable video game-like numbers. Was 4 for 10 coming into this series. Taking a look at the last pitch. And he wasn't really talking about a hit by pitch or showing any signs of it. But after the RBI single in the first inning, Rolling's now 5 for 11 and entered into this game with a 1371 OPS. Again, limited appearances, but the Gonzaga commit is showing off to start the summer. Another great opportunity here with 2 gone and the bases loaded. Tilden Sue, who's on the mound, hit a 2-run home run in the top half of this inning to give Elevate the lead. Can Rolling change that? And the count at 1-1.
Sue's been living with that fastball. When he locates it, it's been good, but just a couple over the heart of the plate that have been punished by the Seal Slingers today.
Already a run driven in for Jake Rolling. Here's the 1-1, and that'll get out of play.
It's now Rolling with 2 strikes. We've already seen quite a few guys for the Seal Slingers get into 2-strike counts today. Watson and Gullard, who are on second and first respectively, both found themselves in such situations and ended up on base.
So Sue ahead 1-2. It's been a lengthy second inning. Trying to get out of some trouble. Here's the 1-2. Rolling rips this down the third base line, and it stays fair. 2 are already in. Gullard getting the wave side home. There will be no throw, and my goodness. Take a bow, Jake Rolling. He's got 4 RBIs already.
Jake Rolling is going nuclear already in this game, and that ball almost had the carry to get out of here, but it bounces. It stays barely fair, just off the base of the wall. A great swing from Rolling. It stood up right over the line for a second there, but catches the warning track right on the right side of the line. Already the second lead change of the day in this game, and it's been all Jacob Rolling so far.
Man, Coach Mark Mactoff over there in Spokane, he's got to be loving what he's seen so far this summer from Rolling. As Riley Sonoy takes a look at ball one, and as a former Zag graduate myself, I'm pretty excited to see what this guy can do over at Steve Hertz Field over there in Spokane. But man, 4 RBIs, and we're not done with the second inning for Jake Rolling. And Sonoy has an opportunity to drive him in, and he's ahead 2-0.
Sonoy, a 2-run single up the middle in yesterday's game to give the Fish Sticks the lead in the 6th. A hit just like that would likely score Rolling from second.
That one actually did catch a piece of Sonoy. He's showing it. That looked like it caught maybe the bare elbow. Hope he's all right. You're going to go check on him real quick. Take another look. Yeah, he reacted right away. So he'll be aboard too. Man, this 2-out rally from the Slingers continues on. And Noah Benedict will come to the plate. Benedict a fly out to foul territory in left field. His last time up. And he looks at strike one. It's been a pretty long first 2 innings here between the Slingers and Elevate Northwest.
Yeah, already 49 minutes since first pitch, and we're still in the second inning of this one.
Sue will take a look at Rolling, who's done all the offensive damage so far. That'll get away from him for ball one. Evan Hellner led off this inning with a single. Isaac Watson walked, and then 2 straight strikeouts from Sue. And it looks like this inning might be well on its way to be over. And suddenly there's 3 runs on the scoreboard after a Rylan Gollard reached on an error. It was a confusing play to the shortstop. It was a 3-2 count, and the runners took off. Watson was safe at second. Everyone was safe. And then Jake Rolling fought off a couple of pitches and blasted a bases clearing double down the third base line. And here we are. Benedict checks swing. He definitely went. The count evens out.
We've seen that a couple times this year from Benedict on the check swing. But such a good start to the season for him, and you know, it's obviously showed now that he's finding himself in the cleanup spot today.
So 2-2, 2 gone, 2 on here in the second inning. Sue delivers, and another full count.
Really disciplined choice from Noah Benedict there. That pitch was very close, just sending him right back to the dugout.
Jackson Dulé waiting on deck. He walked back in the first, which might have been yesterday for all that we know at this point. Here's the payoff. The runners are going, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So a long inning for Tilden Sue, and Jake Rolling, a bases clearing double. 4 RBIs already. And we just finished the second inning, and man, this guy can play.
Yeah, he really can. And, you know, he's in his primary position over at short today, and it's kind of been just a revolving door at shortstop this year. But I'd expect Rolling to get the bulk of the work down the stretch this season at the 6th spot in the field.
So Montano will go out for another inning of work. It looks like tug-of-war, not adult tug-of-war like we saw last time on $3 Thursday. I don't think these contestants have spent any time in the ice chest yet.
No, I don't think they're even allowed over there, to be honest.
Oh, here we go. Good battle.
Really even matchup today.
Look at that. The left side, or our left side, really tugging.
There have been no sudden moves in this one, to be honest. It's still pretty much at the starting point right now.
Shout out to our mobile cameraman, Jackson. He's been all over the field the last 2 days with that new camera we've got. And look at that. Crispy comes in. Oh, man. Oh, some booze coming.
Wow.
Man,
so Crispy,
harsh crowd.
Crispy's kind of becoming public enemy number 1. He dumped water on Josiah in the middle of the first inning, and then right there he totally rigs the tug-of-war. So, you know, not his best work. He better win the race today, or else we could be looking at an all-time Crispy down day.
Well, yeah, we have come to not expect Crispy to win the race so far this summer. And back to the top of the lineup as Will Cooley takes a hack at strike 1. So this will be the second time through the lineup for Montano, who had a pretty lengthy break after the top half of the second. where he allowed a 2-run shot to Tilden Sioux.
What a weird first 2 innings for Tilden Sioux. So you give up 1 run in the bottom of the first, and then you hit a 2-run homer in the top of the second and gave your team the lead before giving up 3 more runs in the bottom of the second. And the score is 4-2, and you could argue that Tilden Sioux is responsible for every single one of those runs on the board.
So Cooley walked back in the first, had a stolen base. Man, that is strike 3 from Montano. Cooley didn't like the call, but Montano comes firing out here in the top of the third for the first out. And this is Georgetown Brewery. I guess Crispy's allowed to be over there in the ice chest. That's a secondary ice chest area for events down right field line. And man, it's the fishing dock is the official name. So the fishing dock in right, the ice chest in left. And apparently Crispy's maybe a little bit more popular than we.
I think he might be hanging out there for the rest of the game.
Yeah, he might be.
To be honest,
might hide out there.
He's not a very popular guy right now.
A couple of boos for cheating the children's tug of war.
Yeah, there's no place for that in
on the first base side.
There's no place for that.
In between innings. Matthew Henning takes a look at strike 2 on the 1-1 count.
Great frame from Hellner right there, too. It was just fluid, came right up with that ball, and the confidence throwing it back to Montano. You may think, that doesn't have too much of an effect on the call, but it really does.
So the count will even out at 2 apiece. Montano got the best of Henning in the first inning, struck him out looking for the first out. Trying to do it again here. Been a back and forth first 2 innings, plenty of offense. Montano looking to slow that down. Can't get the off speed, so the count will fill up.
2 1/3 for Montano so far today, and that was pitch number 51 just now. So got to think maybe the Seal Slingers bullpen is getting set to go at some point. There's also action over for Elevate Northwest in the second strikeout of the inning for Montano.
Another strikeout looking of Matthew Henning, the second such instance already. And the 5th strikeout for Montano. And looking to make this a 1-2-3 inning.
Yeah, it hasn't necessarily been as efficient as you'd expect for a 5 strikeout performance in just 8 outs of work, but Montano has been really good in those deep counts today.
Has allowed just 2 hits, one of them, of course, being that 2-run homer. And this could be extra bases. Nice piece of hitting from Nishikawa. He'll make a big round around first. But he'll stay there, so nicely done by the speedy Dulé to keep that as a single. See, there's action in the bullpen. And that might be a new arm for the first time this season. A new addition to the team, Kai Schweitz, an Ellensburg native, might be taking the mound here for the first time this summer if Montano can't get rid of this damage.
Yeah, Schweitz from Ellensburg and plays at Harding College out in Arkansas, so definitely a well-traveled guy.
And that one, oof, that's got to hurt. Emmett Brown just wears that in the ribs. Man, he's a big guy, but it's a tough spot to take a fastball. And now pretty quickly 2 are aboard with 2 gone.
Yeah, you can see Kate Galen checking on the bullpen over there. I think Gallier might make the walk out there, and I'm really excited to see what Schweitz has. Was in attendance yesterday, but did not dress out, and he takes Jordan Bryan's number 21. Jordan Bryan, last game with the team was yesterday. We wish him the best. He was so fun to watch on the mound.
He was, and had a great pair of cleats.
He really did.
Cleats will no longer be with us this summer. A great pitcher who had maybe even better cleats. So a farewell to Jordan Bryan, but Montano ahead 0-1. This is Cole Williamson, who I thought struck out, or I thought Swallam struck out, but it was Williamson who did it And this is weak. Towards second base, Hamada's not going to be able to make the play. And boy, in a blink of an eye, the bases are loaded.
That's a really tough play. Hamada tracking back while ranging to his left, and Williamson with some pretty good wheels heading over to first. All it took was one stumble, and Williamson beats the throw. And like you said, it looked like Montano was making quick work of the third inning, and now the Sasquatch looking to punch right back in this one.
So this is Ethan Swallam, who went on his personal revenge tour with me after I thought he struck out in the second, but instead ripped a single to right field. That one almost clipped him on the arm, but in there for ball one. Swallam would eventually come around to score as Tilden Sue, who's on deck, blasted a two-run home run in the ensuing at-bat. 1-0 in there for strike one. Those two strikeouts to start the inning for Montano, and then suddenly a single from Nishikawa, hit by pitch to Brown, and an error, and everything is loaded. And that's fouled off.
Yeah, Montano's gotten into quite a few two-strike situations here. This is probably the biggest one of the day so far.
So 1-2 count with two gone for Swallam. Montano, deep breath, delivers the 1-2 and gets out of the jam. Montano, that might be the end of his afternoon, but he delivers a scoreless top of the third. To the bottom of the third we go, the Slingers with a 4-2 lead.
Went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
So Tilden Sue's day on the mound is over after two innings, and Kai Keith, a Mount Si High School guy, will take his place. Another right-hander coming in for Elevate Northwest.
Yeah, Sue has a two-run homer in this game, but on the mound, probably not what he was expecting today. 4 runs, all driven in by Jake Rolling, and he just put himself in some tough spots, and the Seal Slingers were able to deliver when they needed it. I think Sue will likely stay in the lineup, but it'll be interesting to see what Elevate does with that.
Again, listed as the pitcher and the designated hitter. I don't know if maybe they were trying to take advantage a little bit of the 10-man non-league lineup and maybe found some wiggle room to keep Sue in the lineup, but nonetheless, it'll be 6, 7, 8 due up, or excuse me, 5, 6, 7 due up. Man, I've had trouble with that today. But it'll be Dulé, Bartholomew, and Evan Hellner due up first in their first look at Kai Keith. Keith, another 2027 guy from Mount Si. And they'll take a look at Dulé, getting one of the hottest bats on this team. Dulé walked back in the first inning. Didn't get past first base after a strikeout from Bartholomew to end the inning back in the first. So Tilden Sue is off the mound, and Keith will go to work against the Slingers here in the bottom of the third.
Dulé can absolutely blaze around the bases as well. So if he gets on here, it's dangerous.
Tough play and made it look easy. That's Henning over there at second base and a quick first out.
Yeah, he loses the shades and no matter. That's a really good play ranging to his right. And it beats the speedy Dulé. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Kai Keith.
That'll bring up Bartholomew, who has had a very interesting start to this summer. Blasted that home run yesterday, but has been in a slump. Takes a look at ball 1. Bartholomew struck out back in the first. And there's Eli Hurst back in the dugout. Again, traveled to Arizona to participate in the MLB Combine. The Washington Gatorade Player of the Year and Vandy commit. Ranked as the 271st best prospect in this draft class according to Perfect Game. So we could see his name announced in the MLB draft. Again, a ton of talent, and Seal Slinger fans have seen it in his 3 appearances this summer. And that'll be a 4-pitch walk to Bartholomew. So he'll be aboard with 1 gone.
So now Evan Hellner comes up already 1 for 1 on the day, and it seems like every game Hellner gets with some chances to take hacks, he improves on that average, which is already sky high.
Yeah, his last hit back in the second, his 7th such in 15 appearances, and he'll make that 8 in 16. How about that?
Bartholomew looking like an Olympian over there, has to hurdle the ball as he's running to second. But Hellner, man, just crushes that on the turf, and there is no cooling down Evan Hellner at the plate right now. Yeah, look at Bartholomew, just not a huge jump needed, but an athletic play nonetheless.
Again, if that hits him, he's out. So baseball players are athletes too.
I think that wasn't an argument. I hope not.
Well, usually it's for pitchers. But
yeah.
That'll bring up Isaac Watson, who drew a marathon walk in the second. Still looking for his first hit of the summer. So Emmett Brown playing way in over at first. And that's away. And Isaac Watson just can't escape balls right now.
Yeah, no reason to swing in a 2-0 count. We just saw a 4-pitch walk to Bartholomew, who's on second now. And Watson already worked a walk today.
You can see Watson a little bit frustrated. He's still looking for his first hit. And he just can't find one in the zone as of right now. Again, team leading 7th walk last inning, and 1 pitch away from his 8th. And There it is. Couldn't really tell if Watson even wanted that to be a strike or a ball, but walks are good.
Yeah, especially when they load the bases with 1 out. Now Jake Daly, who has cooled down since a really good start to the season at the plate, will come up. Daly and Hamada both struck out back in the second, so a big chance to bounce back here in the third.
And entering dangerous territory, Hamada in the 10 hole, and then Gullard and Jake Rolling are coming up, and that's dangerous for Elevate. There's an off speed in there for strike 1.
I think Daly probably got the signal from DeGallier to just watch a strike. There's been 2 4-pitch walks in this inning.
So 1 gone. It was on the first pitch of the inning. And that one catches a piece of the corner for strike 2. So Bartholomew at third, Hellner at second. Hellner already 2 hits in this game. And Watson at first, who's walked twice in this game. Daly struck out, swinging back in the second. And he does so again here in the third, a little bit frustrated after he chased that off speed. And there's the second out.
What a big bounce back for Kai Keith right there. 2 4-pitch walks and a hit sprinkled in there. And instead of issuing another walk, he just strikes out Daly on 3 pitches, keeps it simple. Now it's Alex Hamada, who Not the best average on the team, but has really thrived with runners in scoring position this year.
Takes a hack at the first pitch. That's up and away. As you said, good situational hitter. Has 5 hits this year and 3 RBIs. That's a pretty good ratio, 5 to 3. You know, I don't know the math off the top of my head, but whatever the best hit to RBI ratio of all time is. Who do you think has that?
Barry Bonds. Gotta be.
Yeah.
He's got every record.
And there's strike 2. Yeah, Barry Bonds was a pretty solid player for the Giants back in the day. Who do you think the active leader is? Judge, probably? Maybe.
Yeah, Judge. Maybe. No, not Ohtani. He was on the Angels.
Angels slack.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 to Hamada. This one's lifted into the short part of the outfield, and that'll be out number 3. So no damage is done with the bases loaded. A scoreless 3rd inning. And we're going to head to the top of the 4th. The Slingers still with a 4-2 lead.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Back here at the Friar again, the second of 9 straight games for the Slingers, who currently have a 4-2 lead. As we take a look at the upcoming schedule, the next $3 Thursday, next Thursday, once again against the Redmond Dudes, an opponent that the Sticks have seen a lot of recently. First pitch will be at 6:35, and then next Friday, a bout with the Washington Athletics, who the Fish Sticks beat in the season opener. And then our 4th of July special, 11:05 a.m. first pitch. We're going to be excited for that one. That should be a lot of fun. So Montano back on the mound. 4th inning of work for the Slingers starter. Again, we kind of mentioned this would be a little bit of a bullpen game. But Montano into the 4th. Again, fires strike 1 to Tilden Sue.
Yeah, Sue already put his imprint in the scoreboard with a 2-run shot back in the 2nd inning.
And that's ball 1. So Sue hit a towering shot to score Ethan Swallow and himself and take the first lead of the game for Elevate, one that they would give up in the bottom half of the inning, or Sue himself would give up in the bottom half of the inning. And he went. So 1-2 count to Tilden Sue.
4th inning of work for Montano, and this is invaluable for the Seal Slingers arm barn to have Montano get some length today. Only 3 innings before this on the season, and now he has doubled that up, and now there's change with that strikeout. He's at 3 1/3.
That's the 7th strikeout of the afternoon for Montano. He's been dealing since that home run given up to Sue, and there's the first out. That'll bring up Zach Daniel.
Montano had Daniel on a string the first time around, one of the many strikeout victims.
And there'll be strike 1. So Daniel playing at short, as you mentioned, did strike out back in the 2nd inning. And gets his revenge here with the base hit. So Daniel will be aboard. Good piece of hitting off Montano. And down to the bottom of the lineup with Melberg.
Yeah, like you said, really good piece of hitting. It's what you're supposed to do with that pitch down and out. And not the hardest contact ever, but It loops up and over Hamada. Jake Rolling is also out of this game. Noah Kung playing at short. It'll be interesting to see. Kung will likely take that 2 spot and be due up on the other side of the inning.
That's strike one to Melberg playing in left field. He lined out right to Jake Rolling at short, and as you mentioned, Kung is out there right now. That's fired in there for strike 2. So a bit interesting to not see Rolling out there after the damage he did in the first 2 innings. He had 2 hits and 4 RBIs. He's played it all 4 runs for the Slingers. This one's popped up. Could be a play. Bartholomew and Hellner will not be able to make one.
Boy, that is loud when it hits that rain cover here. Hopefully you could hear it somewhat over the broadcast, but it is all sheet metal along this roof, and it really rings, and you can kind of feel it through the wall and then into the bleachers a little bit. This is kind of like a shockwave almost when a ball hits off those things.
So no 2 count to Melberg. Zach Daniel, he'll take off at first base. The throw from Hellner, not in time. Daniel slid past the bag. He's going 3. Had a good read because Rylan Gollard was sprinting towards the ball, but it landed in a short part of the outfield. No one backing up the bases. And Daniel, good heads-up base running. He's at third base.
Yeah, with just how thick that grass is out there, there is no roll once it gets out there, and it's a tough play for anyone. Kung, instead of trying to fake that he had the ball and keep the runner on second, maybe if Kung chases that down, it's an easier play. Now the run's going to score.
So Melberg will do his job after Zach Daniel had some heads-up base running. That'll score a run, and Elevate will cut in to the deficit, still behind by a run.
Yeah, once Daniel was on third, it made Montano's job a lot tougher, and that's going to be the end of his day. Obviously gave up the base hit, but you can't really blame that run on him past that. Just an errant throw from Hellner on the stolen base attempt, and then a ground out brings in the run. So a pretty good day for Montano overall, and he comes out with the Seal Slingers in front.
So this will be our first look at a new guy for this team. It'll be Kai Twites coming in, just joined the team a couple of days ago. As you said, college ball down in Arkansas. So this will be our first look. Montano gets a great ovation after 7 strikeouts in 3 2/3 innings.
Twites from just over the Cascades in Ellensburg. Just finished up his freshman year at Harding University in Searcy, Arkansas. Listed as both an outfielder and a right-handed pitcher, and he'll be wearing number 21 with Jordan Bryan gone for the rest of the season.
So this will be our first look at Twites. Big right-hander. Like, he's got a good fastball, but all right, going back to the last inning, we were looking up hits to RBI ratio because Alex Hamada had a great one. I couldn't find hits, but I could find at-bats. You'd be shocked to hear who is in first. It's actually not Barry Bonds, but a guy named Babe Ruth. He was pretty solid. But yes, the current active leader is Aaron Judge. Do you have a guess at who is in second?
Is it close?
Not really.
Okay.
It's a guy you would expect, but maybe not the first guy on your list.
And it's runs batted in per at-bats.
Yes.
Okay.
I believe.
So it's not just like who has the most homers. It's just like who's driving in the most runs. Bryce Harper?
It is not. In that division, though.
In that division.
Believe it's the NL East.
Yeah, not on his team, though, right?
Not on his team.
Okay, I was thinking maybe Schwarber, but okay, let's see. We've got the Mets, the Marlins, the Nationals. Is it Juan Soto?
It is not Juan Soto. He's actually third or fourth, I believe.
Okay, Mets, Marlins, Nationals, Braves.
Ooh, that's the wrong division. I totally said the wrong division. AL East.
AL East. Okay.
Is it, why am I blinking right now?
Red Sox, Yankees, Orioles, Rays, Blue Jays.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Wrong league.
Okay.
Boy, I sound like a casual.
Let's think. Pete Alonso?
It is.
Yeah.
Pete Alonso.
No, I see where you got confused, though. He was on the Mets forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Giancarlo Stanton up there as well. There you go. There's your baseball encyclopedia of the day. Now, I could be fact-checked. That could be wrong, but...
Wait, what's your source on that?
Baseball Almanac. But also, it didn't really...
Seems like they would know.
Yeah, it didn't really register rankings like right away. I kind of just scrolled out a little bit. I could have scrolled past some names on accident, but Kai Schweitz. High elevation on the velocity on the fastball, and it's 1-1 count right now.
Yeah, 2 times through the order for Montano today. That was probably by design to take him out after his second time through.
Bartholome with the backhand. Good cover by Schweitz to get the first out of the summer for himself, and that'll get him out of the inning. So Will Cooley is retired. 1 run does come across, and it's a 4-3 ball game going into the bottom of the inning.
Braden Bartholome makes that play look really easy, and every game is out there. It seems like we have one more play to defend our case that Braden Bartholome is one of the best fielders in the PIL. He is just all over the place over there as a first baseman. As it looks like the in-venue song vote is going on, and Crispy is heading out to prepare for the race at the end of the 4th inning. The contestant, we'll tell you the contestant once the time comes, but it's a familiar face to one of the players on the team. We'll give you that.
Yeah, and you know what? I might be a washed high school athlete myself, but as of right now, Crispy's not doing so hot.
No.
He's, I believe, 2-5 on the campaign, which is not what we've come to expect.
Yesterday was his worst loss of the year.
It was, yeah. A little bit of, we mentioned the tortoise and the hare a little bit in that one. Not great.
He was the hare. If you weren't around, he was the hare in that situation.
Got a little too cocky, I think, for his own good. So, yeah, they're stretching out over there. We'll see if Crispy can maybe itch his way back to 500 on the year.
So,
look at that. There's Hurston rolling, 2 freshman stars.
So, Kai Keith is going to come back out for the Sasquatch, which means that we've got 2 Kais on the mound for both teams right now, which, can't be very common.
The Kai's going at it.
The Kais, yes.
Well, he'll face a tough part of the lineup. Rylan Gollard due up, and it looks like Kung will be pinch hitting for Rolling. So after a single, a double, and 4 RBIs in the first couple innings, Jake Rolling's afternoon will come to an end.
Yeah, it looks like a full stat line on a really good day at the plate, and he was only in for the first 2 innings of the game.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise, I think, from both of us. But Rolling does his job, and Gollard does his job again as well. A real shock for the Seal Slingers fans, as Gollard already 2 singles, and he'll be aboard once again.
He is just incredible. It's another single up the middle. The consistency that he hits singles up the middles with is unlike anything I've ever been around, and that's just another line drive. It doesn't matter where the pitch is. He can just time it up beautifully. And bummer for the Sasquatch. He can run a little too.
Again, leading the team in stolen bases, has double anyone else. And adding on to that hit total, which he also has double anyone else on. This could be 2, but it squeaks through the infield. A little fortunate for Noah Kung, who will be aboard. So quickly 2 on with nobody out here for the Slingers.
There's been a lot of hot bats as of late on this team, and Noah Kung has kind of been overshadowed in that conversation, but that's another hit for Noah Kung. He had a couple doubles last time he put on the Seal Slingers uniform. Maybe he's just better as a Seal Slinger.
Might be. The Seal Slinger jerseys.
3 for 3 as a Seal Slinger.
That is true.
advanced statistic.
Now those are next-gen stats. Sonoy will show butt again. That'll go down low for ball one. Again, the baby blues, I'm a sucker for baby blues, I must say, and these are no different. These Seal Slinger jerseys, they are nice. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, they really are. You can't not look good in this jersey, you know what I mean?
So that'll pull Brown off of first base, a good cover, and that'll beat Riley Sonoy down the base paths, but he does his job. Once again, the second sack bunt of the game for Sonoy. It's been a weird outing. 2 sack bunts and a hit by pitch. But he does his job, and that'll advance the base runners.
Yeah, 3 plate appearances, and he's 0 for 0 on the day, and that's another good bunt, the second good bunt of the day for Sonoy. He almost beats another one out right there.
So that'll bring up Noah Benedict, who's 0 for 2. Takes a look at strike one. He struck out with the bases loaded back in the second. There's another view from the ice chest. It's becoming a beautiful afternoon here in West Seattle. It's pretty cloudy throughout the morning. It's kind of what we've come to expect. Our beautiful afternoons and nights here at the Friar. And now Benedict will show bunt. That'll no doubt bring the corners in. I don't think they were expecting that.
Yeah, definitely interesting with the pop of Benedict's bat for him to show bunt with runners on third and second. But obviously Gullard can beat a throw over from third if it's a well-placed bunt.
Infield's way in now. 2-1 count.
Yeah, all 4 infielders are inside the dirt when that pitch was thrown. So very interesting with 1 down and runners on third and second in the 4th inning. You're never going to see that.
Here's the 2-1. It'll go right at Brown. He's going to check at third and hold Gullard. So it pays off. Benedict will ground out, and now 2 are gone. And Gullard holds up.
Yeah, great alignment from the Sasquatch. It's just executed to perfection. And now yesterday's hero, Cade Galen, will come up, replacing Jackson Dule. Walked off the Dudes with a 4-pitch walk just about 12 hours ago.
A little bit of a tight turnaround, maybe.
Not 12. That would 2:30 a.m. That's not right.
Yeah.
16 hours ago, probably.
Yeah, there we go. The Cronkite School. A boisterous math
now
program down there.
Now you can insert any Arizona State joke you would like after that.
That's now 5 straight balls to Cade Galen. Again, it was a 12-pitch inning for A.J. Knorr, I believe, last night in the bottom of the 10th, and I think 11 of them were balls. And Galen caught the last 4, and it was a walk-off walk. Any way you can. And now make it 6.
Yeah, kind of just waiting for his pitch up there. That's all you can do in this situation. And Braden Bartholomew on deck. Obviously, some sting in the bat of Bartholomew. But with an open base, wouldn't be surprised if Keith doesn't really bother going after Galen here.
Galen's been struggling to start the summer. Takes a humongous hack at the first first strike he's seen in quite some time. That's a 2-1 count.
I think that was just a lot of watching pent up into one swing. He was just excited that a ball was going over the plate.
A 2-1 count now to Galen, the Portland Pilot. Off speed just misses, and 3-1. I think Cade Galen's getting a little antsy to maybe try to turn around his summer. He's 3 for 20 so far, but obviously a lot of talent, a ton of speed. I think he just wants to see one over the plate. So here's the 3-1. He gets it, but he lines it right to Daniel at short. Nothing you can do about that. And the inning is over. So the Slingers fail to capitalize, and they will hold on to the 4-3 lead for the time being.
That's just an unlucky break for Cade Galen. That ball was smoked right at Daniel over at short, and 3-1 swinging. I like the approach. Very aggressive from Cade Galen, and it really should have gotten through. It was just not well placed at all.
All right, here we go. This is Jeff Boss, Duncan Boss's father. Duncan Boss is a relief pitcher for the Slingers, a Fish Sticks veteran as well. So here we go. The race is starting to heat up. Can Jeff pull away? Oh, goodness gracious. The Orca coming out on Seal Slinger Sunday, and boy, oh boy, it has been an abysmal start for Crispy, who's now 2-6 in the summer. Man, that is a tough one.
A big win for Jeff Boss, though. That's really good to see. You got to think Duncan's loving it in the dugout or wherever he is. But now Crispy just hasn't been performing very well this season, and now the luck isn't helping him out either. And this is trouble.
This 2-6. That's just that's the kind of record your NFL team gets, and you're like, okay, how many teams have started 2-6 have made the playoffs? Kind of getting towards that territory now.
Yeah.
Man, we expected a lot more, but still, he's a favorite in our hearts. He might not have been a fan favorite earlier in the game after the tug of war scandal that rocked the Friar. But here we are with Twites once again. Got the last out of the inning, and he's back for more in his first outing as a Seal Slinger.
Henning has struck out looking twice today, so don't be surprised if he is ready to swing up there.
And there he is. This one's hit well, but Rylan Gullard is right there to make the snag. So 2 up, 2 down for Twites in his first action of the summer.
Yeah, and that was a quick out as well. That's what you want to see if you're DeGallier on a day where you got to go play 3 West Coast League teams in the next 3 days. And you want to keep those arms as healthy as possible before the road trip.
Yeah, Yakima and then the Wenatchee Apple Sox, who are not an easy opponent in the West Coast League. And fired in there for strike 1 to Nishikawa.
Yeah, Yakima Valley Pippins on Monday. They're currently sitting at 12-14 in West Coast League play. And then the Wenatchee Apple Sox, who are stride for stride one of the best teams in that league, currently sitting at 18-8 and back-to-back against the Apple Sox on Tuesday and Wednesday. So definitely a tough task on the road for the Fish Sticks coming up.
Nishikawa down 0-2. And Dwight's trying to add on to what's been a pretty successful start to the summer. Got Will Cooley to ground out to first to end the 4th. Got Henning to fly out. And now has Nishikawa on the ropes. The count will even out.
Good velocity from Kai Twites, and this is a bullpen that has so many different velocities in it. It's a really wide range, and it makes it tough on hitters to adjust from guys like Montano to guys like Twites.
Coong's got a great glove in the field, and he makes the play. So 3 up, 3 down now for Twites. Hasn't really broken a sweat just yet.
Yeah, this is really good to see out of a new guy. If you're a Seal Slingers fan, just controlling at-bats right now against the top of the order.
So that'll bring up Big Emmett Brown. Brown just wore a ball to the rib cage his last time up in the 3rd. Off speed, slung in there for strike 1.
Twites is doing a really good job of controlling the tempo of these at-bats as well, and I think that's why it's turned into outs for him early.
Desmond fouls that down the line. Again, another off speed from Twites, and he's quickly ahead 0-2.
Yeah, Brown is a pretty imposing guy in the right-hand batter's box, so obviously you don't want to give anything to him that he's going to crush.
Here's the 0-2 again to Noah Coong. He'll have to make the long throw, and it's in time for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Kai Twites, operating well in his debut for the Slingers, who have the 4-3 lead going into the bottom of the 5th.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a Cookie Dough Frosty Fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer bears.
Not herds, Audrey. Reindeers come in six-packs.
Oh.
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Back here at the Friar, the bottom of the fifth is upon us. A 4-3 lead for the Seal Slingers. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trangmo with you for what's turned out to be a beautiful Sunday afternoon here in West Seattle. And it'll be the third pitcher of the game for Elevate Northwest. And it's Cade Landis at Lake Stevens High School.
Yeah, Landis, another class of 2027 guy, just like Kai Keith before him, and another righty for this Sasquatch pitching staff. So, same hand battle, and Braden Bartholomew will have to go ready on righty to start this inning. There's a look at the Orca. I think there's quite a few people that have just, in a sense, denied the existence of the fish sticks and just stuck with the Seal Slingers. So you see quite a few of those people on these Sunday games that they still believe that the Seal Slingers won that fan vote.
Well, and you might be asking, well, why isn't the mascot a seal? But I believe an orca is a seal slinger himself as an apex predator in the waters. You know, I'm no marine biologist, but
okay, Gonzaga, let's hear it.
Yeah. There's the Gonzaga education right there.
Yeah. Oh, man, my marine biology in Eastern Washington is just running rampant these days. They've got so many oceans in Sprague.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck with that. Not a lot of water in Spokane, Washington. Of course, the beautiful Spokane River. Tons of salmon. A lot of great stuff going on there. Here's the 1-1 to Braden Bartholomew. And Landis can't get that one to find the zone. Some exciting stuff coming up, too. We'll have Gavin George coming up to the broadcast. Of course, an unfortunate injury put an end to what was becoming a stellar summer campaign for Gavin George. But 3-1 count now to Bartholomew. And another walk. Another free base for Bartholomew. And we will welcome Gavin George in. It's going to be tough. We might not have 3 headphones. We don't have a third mic, so I guess Angus here is going to...
Yeah, I'll just share the headset.
Yeah, he'll just share the headset, but...
Can you hear him fine?
Yeah, maybe we can get the headset or the camera in here. There he is. There's us. There's Gavin George as Evan Hellner steps to the plate. But, Gavin, I know it was a short-lived start of the summer, but can you kind of just give us some intel to what it's like to play here at the Friar?
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty sweet. I mean, it's a great experience. The fans are awesome. It's good baseball, good weather. So, I mean, hard to beat it, you know.
And talk about the Seal Slinger gear. You think that's pretty top tier in terms of all the fish sticks gear you get? I mean, there's a lot that you get, but
I dig it. We were actually just talking about it down there in the dugout, and I love it. I think it's pretty dope. I think it's neck and neck with the. I really like the white uniforms we got. I think it's neck and neck, to be honest.
No, I would agree. And again, can you give us any update on your injury? Of course, that unfortunate injury that happened down in Tacoma. Can you kind of give us an update what's going on?
Yeah, so I got a grade 2 hamstring strain. So the likelihood of me coming back this summer is probably none, which is disappointing. But, you know, it's summer ball. I'm still going to come out, support the guys. But, yeah.
And you were at University of Puget Sound last summer.
Yep.
Any what's going on next year? What are the next plans for you? Of course, you're not going to be able to play the rest of the summer, but how about next year?
Yeah, I'm going back to UPS this coming year. I'm pretty pumped to be back with the squad. We're going to look good, so that's the plan as of now.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you coming out. It's great to see you. You know, obviously a very unfortunate injury, but we appreciate you coming out. And
all right, guys. Well, thanks for having me. It was cool to be up here.
Yeah, of course.
First time commentating. It was pretty sweet.
Hey, you wanna just give us? You wanna give us a little?
Sure.
Yeah, try it out.
Oh boy, here we go.
So this is Isaac Watson up to the plate.
Alrighty. Ooh, good lead by Isaac.
What are you majoring in, by the way?
I'm a double major, actually.
Okay.
Yep. I'm majoring in business and economics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So no broadcasting experience, I would have to guess.
Zero broadcasting, zero media.
Here we go. Here's your first shot.
All right, come set. The pitch. In the dirt. Runner takes third.
Look at that. Heads up
There
from
we go.
Bartholomew.
There we go.
He'll get to third base. So this could be an RBI call for you. First one ever.
Maybe
it is a 2-0 count.
Maybe a home run. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood.
So Isaac Watson has walked twice already.
Yeah, we'll see. It's 2-0 right now. Ooh, it's a good swing. I don't mind it.
You swinging there at 2-0 too?
It was the right pitch. I mean, it's hard to tell at this angle where that's at, but I trust him. I trust his thought process. I think that was a good decision. The pitch. He seems like he's scared to throw to him. He's living away. I would be too.
So 3-1. Got to be thinking this is a hitter's count, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you get to 3-0, 3-1 counts like that, pitchers tend to, have to throw a strike. And if they're a good pitcher, they can, make you chase, but a lot of times they're going to leave it over the dish for someone to bang. So
that was Watson's third walk. This will be the last question for you. What kind of mindset does that put on you as a hitter? You have 3 consecutive walks to start out the game. Are you frustrated or are you happy?
No, not at all. I mean, getting on base, that's all that matters. You get runners on base, you win games. I think to win a game, you got to get runners on base, obviously, It's you can hit the ball perfect and it can still be an out. And I think if I'm walking that much, I'm seeing the ball well. It's a lot of confidence. So I'm not complaining.
Awesome. Well, again, we appreciate it, and it was a great effort. That's a great broadcast. Maybe you'll get recruited here.
We'll
skip that double major, but again, best of luck next season.
Thank you, guys.
And we hope to see you up here again. Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you guys.
That's Gavin George, everyone, again. Stellar start to the season. Was hitting .389 before that injury to the hamstring. He was rounding third base down at his home stadium at UPS. And the grade 2 hamstring strain will keep him out the rest of the summer, but obviously a great guy. And everyone on the Seal Slingers team, just great.
Yeah, they really are. I got to lock in over here with some comp down in the dugout. But I like what he said about getting walked 3 times. We've seen kind of maybe some frustration from Isaac Watson, but, I mean, you're on base 3 times in one game. That's really impressive no matter how you do it.
And Jake Daly, after a frustrating start to the day, will drive in a run. So Bartholomew will come home to score. It's a 5-3 lead for the Slingers.
Yeah, Daly in the past couple games just hasn't really had his best stuff, so that's a welcome sight for Jake Daly. He put some great swings on balls in his first few games with the Slingers, and right there he drives in a run. The first RBI for the Seal Slingers to anyone not named Jacob Rolling.
So he struck out his first 2 times up. Did Jake Daly. Comes back with an RBI single as Tyler Eisenhut comes in for Alex Hamada. And a little bit of confusion, and Daly is caught up. Oh, boy. It looked like maybe a double steal side, and Daly's trying to get out of a pickle. Oh, he might have done it. Oh, no, they call him out. It looks like he might have evaded a tag at first. He's going to stay there for the time being, but not sure what was going on there. Daly took off for second base, and Isaac Watson was still there.
I'd love to get a replay on that. Watson, I think there was just a miscommunicated sign right there, but this is a really close play. Oh, man, I don't know. That's a really tough one to read. And then
it's tough to see from this angle. Here's another look.
Thankfully, Gavin George didn't have to call that play.
Yeah.
His brain would have just shattered trying to explain that.
A great guy is Gavin George.
Yeah, no, that was really cool to have him up here. And, boy, he was mashing baseballs before that injury. That was really tough to see down there in Tacoma.
He had the first greaser of the season as well. He had an 1186 OPS up to the point of the injury, which led the team. So best of luck to him at UPS next season, which we hope to see him at. But grade 2 hamstring strains are tough. As that's ball 4 to Eisenhut, who's no stranger to walking this season either. It's his 5th walk. So after all that commotion, Watson is at third and Eisenhut's at first, and 2 are gone for Rylan Gollard.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that you're not just living in the zone right there if you're Cade Landis. You've got Gollard on deck, and he's already got a couple hits, and he's reached base 3 times today. And he just gives Eisenhut a free pass, and now Gollard can do some serious damage here.
So Gollard singled in the first, stole a base, and came around to score, adding on to his stolen base total lead, and then another single in the 4th. Right at the first baseman, nicely done. That's Sue over there at first now. And that'll end the inning. So Landis retires. Really hot batter in Rylan Gollard, but not before another run comes across. Jake Daly scores Braden Bartholomew, and it's a 5-3 lead.
The concessions race, a classic on Seal Slinger Sunday here at the Friar.
So I've noticed something about this race. There's always 2 that really separate, and there's one that has trouble with the costume and kind of lags behind.
Yeah, and it's Mustard. It's usually Mustard. That is.
It's usually
bringing up the rear. Yeah. So let's see if you're right today.
So there's the 2 that separate.
You're absolutely right.
And then Popcorn is the one that might be lagging behind a little bit. It looks like French fries. I can't tell who's in the blue. Oh, man.
Oh,
wow.
French fries, though.
A photo finish.
Good win for French fries today. I don't think we've seen French fries really put up anything relevant so far this year. And there are a couple lagging behind today. Popcorn and a platypus?
Yeah, I was thinking Perry the platypus.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it looked like. I'm not sure what what concession stand snack that's trying to emulate, but they should do one of those, except it's all Seal Slinger players.
It's
and
just players racing?
Yeah, they put on the costumes and race.
Oh, they put on the costumes. So
yeah,
you're trying to, like, demoralize the players.
Yeah.
I thought you were just going to have the guys go. It's just like, I think that's practice.
Yeah, everyone just runs polls.
Yeah.
Just the last thing every baseball player wants to do is to do that. So here we go with Kai Twites back out. And he's been perfect. A 1-2-3 inning his last time up. That'll after he retired Emmett Brown. And Cole Williamson's day is over. It'll be Trey Davies, a Tahoma High School grad and teammates with Beckett Turnbow from the Seal Slingers. He will take his place. So Williamson's day is over. Reached on an error back in the 3rd and struck out in the 2nd, and Davies will be the first to go against Twites here in the top of the 6th. And first pitch he sees. That's a great way to start things off as a pinch hitter for Davies, and he's aboard.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of line drives today off Montano, but that's the first hit Twites gives up today. And 1 pitch, 1 base runner. Credit to Elevate. They've kind of just hung around in this game all day. And, you know, all it takes is 1 big inning to take this lead right back.
So that'll bring up Ethan Swallam. He takes a look at strike 1. You can see Hellner was happy with that one. The Swallow, a base hit back in the second, came to score on Tilden Sue's home run. And quickly behind 0-2.
Yeah, after giving up the hit, it's good to see Twites kind of just pick up right where he left off, even though he's out of the stretch right now.
He'll check back on Davies. Again, pinch hitting for Cole Williamson.
That pickoff move was clean as well. It looked just so fluid.
So here's the 0-2 up high. And Tilden Sue, who hit the home run from the right side of the plate, is on deck and taking practice swings from the left side. So a switch hitting pitcher. Just a lot of utility guys on this Elevate team.
Yeah, Tilden Sue is about as versatile as it gets on a baseball field. And
Davies takes off. The throw down from Hellner. It's a good one. But Davies is called safe. So a good jump and a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, but Twites does get the strikeout right there on Swallow. Yeah, the tag was just late from Eisenhut. A really good throw by Hellner. But a really nicely placed fastball, and Twites has his first out. But the first runner in scoring position for the Sasquatch against Kai Twites today.
So this is Sue. Takes a big rip and fouls it off. So again, home run back in the second. That opened up the scoring and gave Elevate the lead for just about a half inning before Sue himself gave up 3 in the bottom of the second, and that would be the end of his day at the mound. And now he's hitting lefty.
He can also play first base. We've seen him over there. He can also catch. He can play third. And they're having him do basically everything he can today. We've seen him put on a collection of hats so far.
So Trey Davies pinch hit, got a single, and then stole second. 1-1 with one away here in the top of the 6th. And Twites is ahead, 1-2.
Yeah, that fastball, Sue just cannot pick up to it right there. I think if you're Elevate Northwest here, you got to think about, okay, we haven't really had runners moving around a lot in recent innings. And, you know, if you got Trey Davies over on second right now, I'd expect him to be aggressive as this inning develops here.
So the count will even up at 2 apiece. It's been a back and forth first half of the game. 1 run came in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch just misses. And the count will fill up.
Yeah, Twites looks for the back door right there and almost slips in before it closes, but a really good watch from Sue.
Here's the payoff pitch, and Sue will stay alive. Zach Daniel is on deck. He singled, stole a base, and scored his last time up. So Davies will take another big lead at second.
Yeah, that is a big lead for sure.
And he'll take off. And Sue will foul it off. Man, Davies would have been in there with ease, but 3-2 count, anything can happen. There's Zach Hampson. He's got the digital.
Yeah, the digi from our social team. He's got quite the photography catalog.
He does.
Down at Linfield, so I think he's loving having that down there.
Should check out his Instagram account. Got a lot of great nature photos. Obviously, the digital camera probably not as advanced as the ones he has at home. Here's the 3-2, and Twites wins the battle. He sits down Sue for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, Sue was able to battle off that fastball so many times, but Twites puts that one in a place where Sue can't get any wood on it, and that's a big out. I am just continuing to be impressed by Kai Twites so far today.
His second straight strikeout after the leadoff single to Trey Davies, who's at second. And that'll bring up Daniel. Twites came in relief to Rodrigo Montano, who couldn't quite finish off the 4th inning. So now officially through 2 innings of work. Another nice pitch, and it's 1-1 count.
Yeah, he doubles up on the off speed, something that Daniel for sure was not expecting. I think that's the first time he's doubled up all day. On the off speed, at least. He's definitely doubled up on a fastball once in a while.
Well, there you go. 3 in a row. And a 1-2 count. He's ahead.
We saw Daniel in his first at-bat kind of just searching for answers against Montano, and it was such a stark contrast to a really good at-bat that ended up in a single his second time up.
So Daniel will stay alive. You think Twites might be able to come out for another inning if he's able to retire Daniel. Again, it'd be 2 1/3 innings of work if he were to get out of this. One, 2 is low. The count evens out.
Obviously, Davies on second is ready to run, so a base hit likely scores him here.
2-2 count with 2 gone here in the 6th. That's in the turf. Nicely done by Hellner to keep that in front. And the payoff pitch will be upcoming.
We've talked about the ever-changing status of the Seal Slingers catcher this season, and Hellner has been hitting so well, but his defense hasn't been ideal this season. He's done a really good job back there today.
Davies will take off, and that's strike 3 right on the corner. And Twites strikes out the side. He waves off the leadoff single, and the Slingers to the bottom of the 6th with a 2-run lead.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, Crispy.
You ever wonder how Crispy gets to the fryer for games? He uses King County Metro's Rapid Ride H-Line. King County Metro, the official commute of your DubSea Fish Sticks.
Bottom of the 6th here at Mel Olson Stadium. The Slingers with the 5-3 lead here on Seal Slingers Sunday. Kyle Sweeney and Angus Trengmo with you. It'll be 2-3-4 due up for the Slingers. The sun shining bright on those baby blues. I mean, look at that. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Again, it was between the Fish Sticks and the Seal Slingers for the official franchise name, as Kuhn rips this first pitch he sees for a single. Noah Kuhn continuing a hot stretch as of late. He'll be aboard to lead off the bottom of the 6th.
Noah Kuhn is now 4 for 4 at the plate as a Seal Slinger. Listen, I'm no statistician, but that is not a pattern anymore. That's just fact.
Yeah, I mean, it's becoming easier to believe that Noah Kuhn is just better in a Seal Slingers jersey. Again, the last time he was in his Seal Slingers jersey, he had 2 doubles, the first 2 extra base hits of the summer, back last Sunday against the Dudes. So here's Riley Sonoy, and he rips this and just foul.
Look out, Georgetown Brewing over in the fishing dock. That ball was hit hard, but Kung is ready to go over there, more so than maybe anyone on the team. He led all of King County in stolen bases in his senior year of high school in 2025 at Eastlake under Coach Kribbe.
He'll stay put. Oh, my goodness. Sonoy launched that directly to his right side. I don't think you can pull a ball more than that, but he got all of it.
Yeah, he got excited on that pitch, and he connected just way too early.
It's been an interesting day for Sonoy. 2 sack bunts and a hit by pitch. Played really well in the Dudes series, and he earned the spot in the 3-hole position.
Vaughn Lowe also on deck. He's set to replace Noah Benedict in the DH spot. Lowe, not his best day yesterday, but before that was on fire.
My goodness, 3rd time's the charm.
Yeah.
That'll go into the Georgetown Brewing section. Boy, Riley Sonoy is ready. Here's a look.
Yeah, there's a look at the.
Someone just got a souvenir.
A nice play over there.
There it is.
But man,
boy,
that ball was smoked.
That's 3 down the right field line. We'll see if Sonoy can line this one up. Oh, he won't line that one up because it was in the turf.
Just got to take a breath and wait on a pitch, because if any of those are in fair territory, they are likely extra bases.
If Peyton Barsotti is the first base coach right now, I would be on high alert.
You can see him smiling over there. I think he's scared a little bit.
Here's the 1-2. Oh, that went the opposite way. Almost.
I think Sonoy probably wanted to leave that, but once he was for sure swinging through, good on him. Stay alive. But yeah, Barsotti's just laughing it off over there like, I'm not even sure I should be here right now.
Sonoy was 5 for 10 against the Dudes in that series, and he's frustrated that he couldn't get around to that one, and he is retired.
Yeah, Kung, like, pump faked a steal almost. He's turned to run to second and then stopped and got a pop-up from Swallen behind the plate. Now Vaughn Lowe will come up, and we've talked about it a lot recently, just how hot Lowe has gotten in recent games.
Lowe, a couple of doubles, was 3 for 12 in the Dudes series. Really got hot in the games during and before. I had a tough day yesterday in the series finale. Was 0 for 4 from the dish. So here he is pinch hitting for Noah Benedict, who was 0 for 3. First pitch, swinging. This one's popped up right into the sun. And the second out of the inning will be made. That's actually Owen Fay now at second base for Elevate.
Yeah, Lowe goes after the first pitch quite a bit, maybe more so than anyone else on this team. And that was a good pitch to hit as well. He just got under it.
That'll bring up Cade Galen. Noah Kung is still at first, but wouldn't be surprised to see him take off. He does just that. And he'll beat out that throw by a good margin. So finally, Noah Kung was dancing around there for a while, but he'll get the bag.
Yeah, and he can fly. So the moment he goes, it takes a near perfect exchange from Swallen behind the plate to get him. And also Galen showed bunt with 2 outs there, something to watch here. But corner is still playing very deep for the Sasquatch.
Galen got really unlucky, lined out right to the shortstop. Zach Daniel, his last time up. Good read from Kung on that pass ball. And he'll get to third base.
Yep, Kung's speed playing a role once again. Obviously, with 2 outs, moving from second, third, doesn't matter too much with the sac fly not in order, but makes it so much easier for him to score on an infield single or something like that.
Cade Galen's been seeing a lot of balls recently. Had a streak of 7 straight before he ripped that line drive. Maybe a bit of frustration on that swing, but again, last night, Galen the hero, a walk-off walk. So here's the 3-0. And that one just misses, so Galen will take his base. And another speedster is aboard.
Seal Slingers have gotten on so many times with the walk today, and Galen, the king of walks as of late, no exception. Actually, it's either him or Watson.
The two kings, the walk masters. And Galen will hold up. That'll be strike one to Braden Bartholomew. Bartholomew walked and scored a run back in the 5th. So a strikeout in the 1st and 2 walks since then for Bartholomew, who launched his first home run of the season last night. That was close to being a pass ball. Kuhn was watching that at third.
And Kuhn, pretty big lead over there as well. With his speed, he probably scores on that if it gets by Swallow.
So here's the 1-1. Landis trying to get out of a jam. And Bartholomew way in front of that off speed.
Yeah, still pretty good contact, even though he was very much early to that ball. And all he can do is foul it back.
Evan Hellner waiting on deck. Hellner's 2 for 3 with a couple of singles. Struck out while Gavin George was up here at the booth with us. Galen will take off, but he'll have to head back.
Would have been a free bag for Galen as well on the off-speed pitch. No reason to risk Kuhn coming home if you're the Sasquatch.
So 1-2 count with 2 gone and 2 on. Galen will take off again, and again it's fouled. So Galen getting some conditioning work, running back and forth from second to first.
That one, he was just going to jog into second, knowing that if it does get into the mid of Swallow, there's probably no throw coming.
Landis trying to get the best of Bartholomew. Here's the 1-2, and Cade Galen is going to have to jog back to first base for the 3rd straight time.
That time he gets his money's worth, though. He was almost to third, and he's kind of just going to take the shortcut across the diamond.
Yeah, DeGallier wasn't really trying to hide it. He was telling him, you're running, and he just gave the sign as he was running by him. I think everyone in the stadium knows that Cade Galen's going to take off on this pitch. So another 1-2 coming, the 4th straight from Landis. And there goes Galen. And back goes Galen. It's 4 times in a row that Galen's going to have to jog back to first base. Man, he's getting his steps.
Yeah. It's okay.
He's already a great athlete, a lot of speed.
I have a feeling if he does get to second at any point, he's going to get a pretty good cheer. Oh, my God.
Trying to get him to
try to pick him off.
That's not the worst play. I mean, at some point, you got to realize this is going to be the 5th straight time he's going to try to steal second. Here's another 1-2. Galen goes, and he's going straight back. This is unbelievable. Galen has tried to steal second 5 times this at-bat, and he's jogging back every single time.
That kind of speaks to how well Bartholomew's staying alive in this at-bat, but at some point maybe you just let a ball go.
There's no way it gets to 6, right? Oh, he doesn't go this time. Another foul. This is unbelievable. This has got to be cutting into the budget at this point. There's so many balls going away.
I think he might have quit.
I think he did. I think he needed a breather. All right, so we're going for 7. This is 6 straight foul balls, and Galen's taken off for 5 of them. Can it happen a 7th time? Lucky number 7. There goes Galen. It's inside.
Oh, my gosh.
And he's at second base.
He was about to turn around.
He gets to
second. You see him hold up before he got to second.
Cade Galen, you deserve a breather. That was a lot. You can see him smiling, holding his lungs there. I don't blame him. There we go. 6 times the charm. It took 6 attempts to get to second base. And Bartholomew is still alive. This is unbelievable. This is about the 51st pitch of this at-bat. Bartholomew has made his way back from 0-2 to 3-2. He fouled off 6 straight pitches at one point. And President Justin Moser is wondering how much baseballs cost.
This will be pitch number 12 coming up.
Here we go. Oh, this one's taken deep. It could have the distance. Could it do it? Oh, my goodness, it's gone. Braden Bartholomew, he just ran a marathon. But eventually, on the 13th pitch of the at-bat, Braden Bartholomew sends it over the wall for the second consecutive game. You cannot make this up. Wow.
Oh, my goodness. What a battle between Cade Landis and Braden Bartholomew. I talked about it in the open. Winning deep counts was going to be huge to this game, and that's about as deep as a count will ever get. And Bartholomew, for the second game in a row, goes deep to left field. That is one of the craziest at-bats I've ever seen.
You will never see that again. Poor Cade Galen. That stolen base, although he eventually got it, it didn't even matter. He tried to steal base.
By the way,
6 times.
Justin Moser says it's $6 per baseball, and he just lost another one out to left field. So, but I don't know. Better get on DickSportingGoods.com or something, Justin. You've got some work to do.
I bought a baseball from the merch shop yesterday. Maybe you could borrow that one, but
like the little T-ball.
Yeah. So that we will. I'm speechless, as you can tell. There is something that you knew that you see every day here at the Friar. That is a new one. Braden Bartholomew goes down 0-2, and then I believe he saw a ball.
No, it went strike, ball, strike.
So it was 1-2 count.
And then 6 straight foul balls, and then watched a ball, dinger.
We saw Cade Galen go back and forth 5 straight times. It was 5 times he tried to steal second base, and he had to go back. Finally gets it on the 6th time. Gets to second base, finally. And then 2 pitches later, Bartholomew smacks it, the 13th pitch of the at-bat, and suddenly the Seal Slingers are in full control. Wow.
That was incredible from Braden Bartholomew. I mean, you know, we're joking up here because we've just never seen anything like what Cade Galen had to go through. But what an at-bat. I mean, you foul off 6 2-strike pitches and then watch a couple, and finally you get your pitch and you just sail it over the fence in left field. Probably the at-bat of the year so far for the Seal Slingers.
Without a doubt. And Cade Galen needs to be doused in Gatorade and bananas and whatever gel long-distance runners use. Because, okay, let's do the math. It's 90 feet from first to second.
Yeah.
He did that 5 times, and then on the 6th time.
He had an extra one. He had an extra probably 50 feet
that is true.
On that one.
So it's 6 times 9.
He ran about 600 feet.
Yeah, well, plus the 90 feet coming back.
Oh, my God.
So 6 times 18. Wait, no, or 90 times 18.
You're looking at like
I'm
1,100 feet.
Yeah, I'm
1,100 feet of distance that Cade Galen covered up on foul balls, and then finally getting the bag. And then, thankfully, Braden Bartholomew didn't make him sprint at all. He could just jog home.
Boy, the Gonzaga-Arizona State math connection just going wild on that calculation. So after all of that, that might have been the longest bat in the history of baseball. Jarrett Tyler is coming in relief of Cade Landis, who's probably extremely frustrated. And Evan Hellner, oh boy, a real shock. It's a foul ball that would have gotten out of the stadium if it was fair.
Yeah, no, that ball was driven oppo too, and we're back to the foul balls. And I think Justin's out there scouring for baseballs just to make sure that
there he is.
We can host a game. Oh my gosh,
he might have
two boxes of baseballs.
2 boxes of baseballs running down, walking down the third base line right now. That's classic. A 2-1 count.
Yeah, there he
is. He's got 2 boxes of baseballs coming in. After 6 straight foul balls from Bartholomew, it's going to be a special delivery. As Hellner looks at strike 2. The count would even out.
Hey,
there he is.
We got a game to play here.
We do.
You know, baseballs are integral to the game.
Braden Bartholomew, an expensive home run. Here's the 2-2 that misses.
Hellner has hit so well today, and in a full count, I'll be interested to see what Tyler does to handle him.
So here's the 3-2, and
I guess just an uncompetitive pitch,
yeah,
way up and out.
It's going to continue. And here's Hawthorne Moody in the bench, who just got the delivery from Justin Moser, again, the president of the Fish Sticks. And I believe you might have to walk them out.
Oh, you see, Pat's got another box.
Yeah, third box coming in. And that'll bring up Isaac Watson. So Pat, the executive. Again,
I don't think he'll need it. hey, Justin gives us a
he calls off the ball.
Up here. Yeah.
The ball transport. As Isaac Watson is behind 0-2, which is not something we have said at all for Watson, who has walked 3 straight times to start this game.
Yeah, kind of just watching one until he gets a strike, and he gets 2 from Tyler to start off. He is really good at fighting off 2-strike pitches, though.
You know who might be better?
Braden Bartholomew.
Braden Bartholomew might be better,
yeah,
as we just saw. But a 1-2 count. Tyler is approaching the 24-hour territory. 3 runs have come across on that Bartholomew homer. And really unfortunate for Isaac Watson. Got a great piece of that baseball. We're right at the third baseman in Nishikawa, but what an inning it was. Man, that was a thrill ride there. Braden Bartholomew hacks off 6 consecutive pitches. Cade Galen tries to steal second 5 consecutive times. And here we go to the top of the 7th. And the pony hop.
Yeah, they've been waiting over there for quite a while. And, man, Sonoy had 3 really hard-hit foul balls in that inning, too. And then, obviously, you've got Bartholomew. Right. Hellner hit one a mile that was foul. And just.
So I believe Sonoy hit 4. He pulled 3. And Bartholomew obviously hit 6. And then Hellner belted. So I believe there was 11 foul balls in that inning.
Yeah.
So 11 times
among
6.
3 guys, too.
Yeah. Here's the pony hop.
Look at the balance on this pony hop contestant. That's, oh, wow.
Oh, a little.
Wow. A little showmanship in the pony hop today.
Now that gives whatever poor intern has to field and retrieve all those foul balls to a little bit more time.
Connor Lee,
Connor
social
Lee.
media intern. He's got time. He can go do it.
Here's another look at what eventually on the 13th pitch of the at-bat was the second home run in as many games for Braden Bartholomew. Here's Cade Galen crossing the finish line of his marathon. And Bartholomew, that is one of the most impressive and interesting and unique at-bats you'll ever see at a baseball game in your life.
Yeah, we knew from the first day of practice Bartholomew was going to be pretty much an everyday guy for this team. He's got such a good glove, but the bat just was not working out before yesterday, and now he's got 2 home runs in as many games, and if he's just able to keep this up and start to break through, that is a huge stimulus to this lineup.
So we've got a pinch hitter coming in for Sam Melberg as Twites is out once again. And up the middle, going to be a tough play for Coombs. Sliding on the turf, the throw, not in time. Boy, that would have been a heck of a play from Noah Coong. But the leadoff man is aboard.
Wow, that was just a step between one of the plays of the year and an infield single. Man, he slid a good 8 feet on the turf out there and then almost made the throw.
That'll be an infield single to start out the top of the 7th and back to the top of the order with Will Cooley. Twice sends that low for ball 1. Cooley 0 for 2 with a walk. Walked and stole a base back in the first and then struck out in the third. And it has been quite some time since his third at-bat back in the 4th inning. And he'll foul that off.
After such a long inning, Kai Twites is back out here, and then another leadoff hit. He gave up a leadoff hit to Trey Davies earlier in this one, but handled that situation with ease.
Again, the first appearance of the summer for Twites, who would go over 4 innings in relief if you were able to finish this one. And he's ahead 1-2.
Cooley, the leadoff hitter, hasn't had the best of days, 0 for 2 at the plate.
This one's dribbled towards Bartholomew. Will stay in fair territory. He'll just get the out at first, or the first out of the inning. So a runner on second now with 1 out.
Yeah, no play at second right there. Clark with some pretty good wheels out to second, so Bartholomew doesn't even bother checking on him and heads to his bag. So a runner on second. This is very similar to the last inning for Kai Twites, which feels so long ago, but there was a runner on second with 1 out in that situation as well, and he got out of it clean.
So this is Owen Fay coming in for Matthew Henning, taking his spot at second base. He'll take a look at a strike. Fay from West Seattle High School, a local guy here near White Center. And he'll quickly be behind 0-2.
Twites, this is just what the doctor ordered for this team. He's working on his 3rd inning of work after Montano goes nearly 4, and now the Seal Slingers find themselves in the 7th inning, only have used 2 pitchers.
Boy, that's a great pick from Isaac Watson. Nice throw across the diamond to get the second out of the inning. He made that look pretty easy. The runner will advance to third, but nicely done by Watson to get the second out.
Interestingly enough, obviously Watson had to focus on that pick pretty hard, but Clark was pretty far off the bag over at second. So if Watson did check on him, there might have been an out of the lead runner, but instead Clark advances 90 feet. But with 2 outs, if you're Twites, just go after Nishikawa and elevate off the board.
This is Kane Nishikawa. Takes a big hack at the first strike. Nishikawa singled back in the 3rd. Flew out to left field and in foul territory in the 1st inning. Grounded out to Noah Kung, his last time up. That one just misses the plate, but overall, this is a pretty impressive showing from Twites. Now up to 4 innings of work, or 3 innings of work in relief, and showing off his skills. First time in a Seal Slinger uniform.
Yeah, strike 2 right there was just his 44th pitch of the day, so averaging about 13, 14 pitches an inning right now, which is really efficient work.
Twites looking to get out of the inning and remain scoreless. This one's grounded to Noah Kung. Long throw in time, and Twites, tip your cap. 3 scoreless innings. A great outing in relief for your first appearance here at the Friar. And to the 7th inning stretch we go.
Once upon a home in the Issaquah Highlands, the Parkers used Thumbtack for a new kitchen island. Now the pizza is cooking and the kids are excited. Thank goodness for Thumbtack and all it provided. Start your home story on Thumbtack.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor, with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dopamine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough. Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
Oh, Audrey, look over there.
Where? Oh, a whole herd of reindeer beers.
Not herds, Audrey. Rainier's come in 6-packs.
Oh,
Wake up, Harley.
Harley, look at the reindeers. Oh, they're just so fresh and friendly.
Here at the 7th inning stretch at the Friar, the Seal Slingers with an 8-3 lead after Braden Bartholomew's 3-run home run. And after an RBI single back in the 5th from Jake Daly, Beckett Turnbow will pinch hit. So it'll be 9-10-1 due up. Turnbow aggressive on the first pitch.
Yeah, not exactly an ideal start to the year at the plate for Turnbow, hitting just 0.83 right now, but a huge year at Tahoma High School this year. Hit 383 with an OPS of 1.251.
This is a tough play at third. The long throw. And he's safe. I believe maybe first baseman was off the bag there, but speed from Beckett Turnbow. And we'll see if that's an error or a hit. Most likely an infield single. That'd be the second of the summer for Turnbow.
It looks like it will be a hit. So, like you said, 2 hits now for Turnbow. That is such a tough play for Nishikawa, especially the fact that Turnbow can really run down that line.
So, yeah, that was Nishikawa at third. Connor Smith coming in at first for Tilden Sioux. And Turnbow will take off. And I think that caught Elevate off guard. Turnbow had more success on that stolen base attempt than Kate Galen did. 5 straight where they were fouled off and he had to go back, which we'll probably never stop talking about.
No, there is by the end he was just like jogging, almost walking over to second base because he knew a throw was not coming that direction.
So Eisenhut took a look at ball 1 and he'll take a look at ball 2 now. Eisenhut walked back in the 5th, pinch hitting for Alex Hamada. And that seems like a couple lifetimes ago. So Jarrett Tyler back in the game. Here's the 2-0, driven the opposite way, and that'll get down for a hit for Eisenhut. Turnbow had to take a look at it, make sure it wasn't an out. But Tyler Eisenhut, that's got to feel good. A little bit of a slump buster there to right field, and he is aboard.
And now runners on the corners and nobody out for the top of the order, and specifically Ryland Gullard. This is just a great spot for the Slingers to extend this lead, and feels like maybe only one run would kind of make this feel cosmetic at some point, especially a big inning.
So that will bring up the ever dangerous Ryland Gullard. Takes a peek at strike 1. Gullard, 2 singles in the first 2 innings. Actually reached on an error in the second, then singled back in the 4th. Grounded out to first back in the 5th. So his 5th time up already. This one is going to be the easiest play of the season. And Gullard a little frustrated. That got jammed up there. And Ishikawa make the play for out number 1.
Yeah, like you said, just way in on the hands and kind of just lofts up right into Nishikawa's zone over there at third base. Now Noah Kung comes up. Kung 2 for 2 today and puts his 4 for 4 mark as a Seal Slinger on the line here.
Here we go. The anticipation building. Boy, Kung was thinking more than just a hit on that swing, but he was out in front for strike 1.
Yeah, well-timed slider there from Tyler. Just had that left to right movement, and Kung obviously looking for the fastball first pitch.
So Kung putting his perfect streak on the line in a Seal Slingers jersey. He doesn't like that call, and he's behind 0-2.
Jarrett Tyler, after a couple base runners to start this inning, really handling the top of the order well.
Here's the 0-2. That's low. Eisenhut saw it in the turf. A great jump. He'll get to second base.
Yeah, almost turned into a delayed steal of sorts for Eisenhut, but kind of a similar situation to Galen's marathon over between first and second just 1 inning ago, where you're probably not getting a throw from the catcher with Turnbow over on third.
So 2 now in scoring position for Noah Kung. Can he make it 5 for 5 in a Seal Slingers jersey? Doesn't get a chance there.
Swallow is no longer behind the plate for this team either, so a new look at catcher.
That'll be Gavin Duckart behind the dish now. Here's the 2-2. Another nice play from Duckart to keep that one in front, and the count fills up.
Jarrett Tyler's really making the new guy work behind the plate. Obviously, one got by that turned into a bag for Turnbow.
So Turnbow and Eisenhut in scoring position. Opportunity for Noah Kung. And that's outside and ball 4. And that 4-for-4 streak will stay alive. Noah Kung is still perfect at reaching base in those Sunday Blues. So here we go. Riley Sonoy, who built on his interesting game with his last at-bat, ripping 3 of the hardest hit balls we've seen this season foul down the right field line before ripping another one that went right behind him. So not 4-for-4 down the right field line, but the at-bat did eventually end up in a strikeout. He's also had 2 sac bunts and a hit by pitch today. So he'll step up to the plate. He's been hot. Was 5 for 10 in the series against the Dudes. Probably the hottest bat on the team as of right now. So first and second and third, the bases are juiced. And that's strike 1. One of those 5 hits against the Dudes in that series was an RBI single in this exact situation. Sonoy pinch hit yesterday and ripped a single up the middle to score 2 and take the lead against the Dudes. Oh, 1 is low for ball 1.
Yeah, this is a really good group of runners to see on base right now. You've got Beckett Turnbow at third, Tyler Eisenhut at second, and then Noah Kung on first. These are all guys that didn't have ideal starts to the season at the plate, and now here they are creating some trouble for Elevate Northwest.
Here's the 1-1 bouncer to second. Could be 2. They'll just get the out at second base. Sonoy is going to beat the throw, and that'll be another RBI for Sonoy. Turnbow will come across, and it's a 9-3 lead.
Yeah, Sonoy has just been driving in runs at a very high rate as of late, and that one probably not what he was looking to do with that ball by any means, but chops high enough to give himself time to beat the throw at first.
So that'll bring up Vaughn Lowe, who coming into yesterday's game was hitting .455 with runners in scoring position. Had a stretch of 3 straight at-bats where he had 6 RBIs in those 3 at-bats. Sonoy takes off. Lowe's going to get another one right here. And it could be extra bases for Vaughn. Sonoy getting the call home. And he'll stand up. 2 more RBIs for Vaughn Lowe. And the Seal Slingers with full control.
Yeah, they're in the driver's seat now. Vaughn Lowe, we've just become accustomed to him hitting doubles down the line. That's kind of his bread and butter this season. That one gets all the way to the wall in that thick grass, the easiest double ever. He just glided into second base. And with Sonoy already gunning for second for a steal, he scores easily as well with how deep that ball went into the corner. 11-3 Slingers.
Three runs plated in each of the bottom of the 7th and the bottom of the 6th for the Slingers. And Cade Galen, I hope he got a rest after his journey on the base paths last at-bat. He looks at strike 1. He did eventually register a stolen base after 5 attempts, all of which were foul balls. He sat out the 6th, which was another foul ball, and then stole on the 7th. Never give up. That's the moral of the story, because it took him everything he had. He was holding his lungs at second base when he finally took second. He's quickly down 0-2.
Yeah, Galen, the hero last night with a walk, but he's seeing strikes here.
Lined out to shortstop his first time up, pinch hitting for Jackson Dulé. Right back to Tyler. He's just going to flip it to first base. That'll be the end of the inning. But Vaughn Lowe brings 2 across with another 2-run double. Part of 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, and the Slingers 14 hits and 11 runs. They got an 11-3 lead.
Wendy's went back to the kitchen to give our famous spicy chicken sandwich a total upgrade. More crunch, more flavor with heat that just hits. Is this our best spicy chicken ever? Looks like a yes to me. Spicy chicken just got better at Wendy's.
They always say, think happy thoughts. It's easy when you're a Wendy's cookie dough frosty fusion. I'm an instant dopamine hit. Get it? Dope-amine? Like cookie dough. I said like cookie dough! Happiness is a cookie dough frosty fusion at Wendy's.
For over 15 years, As You Wish Electric has offered the comprehensive electrical solutions Seattle families trust. We are proud to announce that we can now also serve your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. As we grow, we are committed to delivering the same knowledgeable and friendly experience that earned our spot as the region's top-rated electrical company. Contact As You Wish Electric Plumbing, Heating, and Air today to learn more.
Cole Miller will take the mound. A sensational afternoon for Kai Twites in his Seal Slingers debut comes to a close. And we'll take a look at what the last two games have brought us from Braden Bartholomew. It was an all-time slump over his last 13 entering yesterday, and then a pinch hit home run kind of broke the seal.
Yeah, it really did, and that tied up the game in the bottom of the 7th inning. So not only a slump breaker, but a huge play in that game where the Fish Sticks eventually won in 10, and then a 12-pitch at-bat ends in his second homer in as many days. Just one of the all-time at-bats you will ever see at the Friar.
So Cole Miller, the big right-hander from Pacific Lutheran University, will enter in for Twites and will be facing off against Emmett Brown here to start the 8th inning. Brown, 2 straight ground outs to the shortstop, had a single back in the 3rd, and behind 0-2.
Yeah, Miller, a really rough first outing against the Blackfins all the way back in the 2nd game of the season, but since then, he's brought that ERA down to 4.85.
Here's the 0-2, and that's a way to start an inning. 3 straight pitches, and Emmett Brown is retired.
Yeah, you can see Miller shrugging out on the mound. He's just like, sure, I'll take it, because that pitch was way high, and Brown chases it up for strike 3.
So that'll bring up Trey Davies, who pinch hit for Cole Williamson back in the 6th. He had a single and stole a base. Nice looking off speed from Miller in there for strike 1.
Yeah, the thing about Miller is that he's not going to miss the zone very often. It's just that batters have gotten hard contact off him at a pretty high rate this year.
Here's the 0-1. Davies way out in front. Off the knob of the bat towards the Seal Slingers dugout. And he's behind 0-2.
Ideal for Cole Miller so far. Just living in the zone.
Here's the 0-2. That'll be a foul ball. Now, I didn't want to get ahead of myself, but had that been a strikeout, that would have been immaculate inning watch for Cole Miller, but nonetheless. Looks like we were on the same page for that one.
Yeah,
but didn't want to call it out.
You can't say anything because, you know, if you said it right there and then he fouls it off, then it's your fault.
Yeah.
So
that was not my fault. That was actually Trey Davies' fault. But still an 0-2 count.
It's never our fault.
It's never. It really. We've had a lot, though, that it sounds like it's our fault. Right as we say that, though, that's his first ball.
Yeah, still Hellner behind the dish, and this has definitely been the best defensive game for Evan Hellner all season.
Kept everything in front of him. Also has 2 plates at the dish. That's what we've been accustomed to seeing from the plate. Miller outside, and the count will even out.
Davies laced a ball into right field off Twites, his first at-bat for a single today.
That was one of just 2 hits that Twites gave up during his 3 1/3 of work. Scoreless work, as Elevate has not scored since the 4th. And Justin will like that. That ball stayed in. Again, he had to make that delivery after that Braden Bartholomew marathon at bat that ended in a home run.
Yeah, no, I mean, funny enough, you can't use the balls that are over the fence for homers either. You gotta take your L on those as well. So not getting much use out of the baseballs here at Mel Olson Stadium today.
And Davies whiffs, and that's strike 3, the second of the inning for Cole Miller. He's got it working right now.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we've only seen 2 batters, but I think we can already pretty surely say this is the best we've seen Cole Miller pitch this year. Look at how off balance Davies is on that off speed. Just Miller hitting his spot right there.
So that'll bring up not Ethan Swallam. I've had my confusions with Swallam already today. Don't want to make it twice. And that is Gavin Duckart, who took control of the catcher position in the past inning. And Duckart looks at strike 1. And Duckart rips this to right field for a base hit. Boy, there's a revenge tour going on with the broadcast booth. Whenever we maybe mess up a name or see something too late, they just rip a single.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're just keeping us on our toes, that's all. The Sasquatch, I mean, we didn't even know this team was called the Sasquatch until about 15 minutes before first pitch. But there's been a lot of instances of hard-hit balls, and they've got 8 hits today. It just hasn't really translated into runs for the visitors.
So that'll bring up Connor Smith, and deja vu. Boy, that ball was placed in the exact same spot that Duckart just placed it. And Connor Smith, first at bat, first pitch, and he's aboard.
Yeah, no, you said it. I think that ball landed maybe within 5 feet of where Duckart's ball landed, and it was the same trajectory, same everything about it. And Cole Miller, we've seen quite a few hits on the first pitch he throws to batters this year. A lot of batters like to go after the first pitch he offers just because he's so strike zone heavy when he's up there on the mound. So I don't think it would hurt to maybe try and force a chase on the first pitch here.
So that'll bring up Zach Daniel. Daniel's had his imprints on the game. He's made some nice plays out at short. He also singled back in the 4th. That one's off the plate for ball 1. Here's a look at all the kids taking it in here at the Friar on a beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, the railings are somewhat empty today here at the Friar, but pretty family-based crowd. Obviously, that's going to happen on a Sunday.
So that'll get past Hellner for the first time today, and that'll advance both runners. So it started out as a pretty clean inning for Cole Miller through the first 2 batters. 1 swing of the bat, and a couple runs will come in. Daniel also scored back in the 4th.
Clark on deck had a line drive base hit as well off Twaits today.
And that one's fired in there. Big one for Miller. Now 2-1 count.
Daniel has chased quite a few pitches today against both Montano and Twight, so watch out for that here.
There is the off speed, but finds the zone for strike 2. So 1 strike away is Cole Miller from a scoreless inning of relief. It's Duckart at 3rd and Smith at 2nd, both singled the opposite way. And that's up and in, and the count will fill up.
Might have just tried to put a little too much on that strikeout pitch. Now 3-2. With the bases loaded, I mean, if the Sasquatch are going to get back into this game, you need as much traffic as you can get. This is probably their last gasp.
Here's the payoff, and way out in front is Zach Daniel. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Cole Miller. Another scoreless one for the Slingers, and we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Seal Slingers still a pretty comfortable lead here at the Friar.
Yeah, and Montano gave up a few runs, and he was still good, but Kai Twites and then Cole Miller that last inning have been really good out of the bullpen, and we've seen a couple days today, or this season, where the bullpen has just produced really well. Speaking of bullpens, Emmett Brown, who has been hitting cleanup for the Sasquatch today, will now come out on the mound in an 11-3 game, and he is a big dude, so expect some serious velocity.
Again, 6'3", 225, and he's not done with high school quite yet.
Whew.
So we've seen players everywhere on the field. There's no more surprises left for Baum or Elevate Northwest or Sasquatch. Any of the three, honestly, you could refer to this team as. Actually, fun fact, so Baum Bat is an entire club organization, and Cade Galen played for them back in the day.
Yeah, he's a vet of this team. I think there were some people out in the field that were just laughing at him when he was doing his cutbacks over there from first to second base, because there's probably quite a few people on this team that know Cade Galen really well as a former player within this club. Galen from Camas, Washington, down there in the Vancouver area, went to high school on the other side of the Columbia River in Oregon. So, you know, obviously from that area, this is kind of the premier team to be on.
So Braden Bartholomew will come up, and this is what happened last time. It was a marathon at bat, and it costs team president Justin Moser about $42 if I did the calculations right on baseballs. 6 foul balls in that home run. Could this be another? He hits it well. It one-hops the wall. Braden Bartholomew will stride into second base, and man, talk about a heater that he's on. And this is the Braden Bartholomew that we've come to expect.
This is so good to see. He's just seeing the ball so much better. And, he's not even hitting it much harder than he was before. It's just finding green grass now. And these past couple games have just had to be such a breath of fresh air for him.
So Bartholomew quickly on second. Emmett Brown barely had a chance to breathe. I'll bring up Hellner. Brown was 0 for 3 at the plate and was hit by a pitch in the third inning. Started at first, was pulled, and now is back on the mound. And he's behind 2-0.
Hellner's had a great day at the plate. 2 for 3 with a couple singles, kind of just keeping on with an incredible start with the bat this season.
Here's the 2-0. Already 2 hits for Hellner. Almost made it 3. That's just foul.
This is just the kind of game that you love as a coach. I mean, your team's hitting so well and everyone's kind of contributing to the party, and then your pitchers are getting out of jams. And, you know, we've seen a lot of stolen bases for the Seal Slingers today. This is just DeGallier's dream over there. And if you want to count Peyton Barsotti, who's doing the first base coach responsibilities today.
There's Rylan Gollard, the leadoff man. Maybe a little camera shy. Didn't want to show his face. Here's the 3-1. This one's going to be in the sun. Nishikawa is going to come in, and he'll make the grab. That'll be the first out of the inning.
Second pop out over there to Nishikawa today, and Isaac Watson will come back up. Watson 0 for 1, but has reached via the walk 3 times today, and that one out was hit hard right at Nishikawa over at third.
Again, still looking for his first hit of the summer. And that line drive was an unlucky one. Right at Nishikawa. He's out in front. That'll be strike 1.
Yeah, you don't expect Brown to have an off-speed pitch that he really relies on, but he has had that so far in this outing.
So 0-1 count. Bartholomew had a double to lead things off. Watson might not have liked that call, and he's behind 0-2.
Becca Turnbow on deck. He's already got a hit in this one.
(0-2) count to Isaac Watson. Brown looks. The off speed just goes straight off the mask of Duckert, and Bartholomew will take third base.
Yeah, that's just a tough one because not only does it hit you straight in the face, but there are so many different angles of a catcher's mask that ball could be anywhere in the zip code here in West Seattle. So an easy bag for Bartholomew.
1-2 count with one out. And Watson finally gets his first hit of the summer. A huge sigh of relief from him as he rounds first base. You can see it finally. And he drives in a run while he's at it. And 12 runs now for the Slingers.
In a game where he was walked 3 times and just hadn't seen a whole lot of strikes, he finally just finds a gap, and it brings in a run with Bartholomew advancing to third. So that has got to feel great for Watson, and now you've got Bartholomew starting to break out. You've got Watson with a hit. Turnbow has a hit today already. These guys are starting to pick it up.
Again, the Slingers looking to improve on a 7-5 record. Haven't had as much success in the PIL as they did last season, at least to open up the year. They're 4-4, or 5-5, excuse me, in PIL play. As Turnbow turns on this one, out to center, just hit it to the wrong spot. That'll be out number 2.
Yeah, that ball was pieced. Probably the best contact Turnbow's got on a ball all year, but not very hard for Cooley to get out there and make the play.
So that'll bring up Tyler Eisenhut for the third time, pinch hitting for Alex Hamada. Eisenhut's reached base both times he's been up with a walk and a single. Also stole a base back in the 7th. And he's another guy looking to kind of break out of a little bit of a slump. And he's done just that in this game. Takes a look at strike 1.
Yeah, 1 for 1 today. And when he gets on base, he is very dangerous.
Here's the 0-1. Eisenhut could be the last batter for the Slingers tonight, as this game fully in the Slingers' hands. A 12-3 lead. The Slingers have had 16 hits. We've seen 25 combined hits in this one, as Brown checks back to first. See Eli Hurst back there, stretching around a little bit.
They gotta stay loose. I'm super excited to see this Seal Slingers team turn back into the Fish Sticks and then head over the Cascades to face off against a couple West Coast League opponents, because they are starting to find their stride in recent games. This would be their 7th win in 9 tries, so they are starting to play a much better brand of baseball here at the Friar.
Eisenhut rips this down the line. What a play by Nishikawa. 2 hops to first, and he gets Eisenhut. That was ripped from Eisenhut. Pretty unlucky piece of hitting. But Emmett Brown is out of the inning. But to the top of the 9th we go, a 12-3 lead for the Slingers. Take another look.
Yeah, let's get another look at this because, man, Nishikawa. Whoa, and then obviously the turf, you can get a lot of hops in from across the diamond, but that is such a tough play to make, and he made it look simple. Now Luke Parker will come in to put the cherry on top of a Sunday win. Parker, 3 innings of work on the mound this year. 5 hits and 3 earned runs to his name. Also a very powerful hitter in the box, but we didn't see him get the bat today. Strictly a pitcher on Sunday.
So Parker will look to close things out here on Seal Slingers Sunday. Again, as you mentioned, the next 3 days will be on the road, going to Yakima and then going to Wenatchee to play the Apple Sox, so a couple WCL opponents. And then back at home on Thursday. So The second of 9 straight for the Sticks. It's a busy stretch of the summer. July is a packed schedule. So Parker, the Colorado School of Mines kid from Golden. There are 2 more players on the Fish Sticks attending School of Mines than I thought I would see attending School of Mines down there in Golden.
Yeah, and they're going to gain another one with Montano.
They are.
Heading down there in the spring. So a lot of connections between the Ore Diggers down there in Golden and the Fish Sticks up here in West Seattle.
The RMAC. It's a powerful athletic conference down there in Colorado. A lot of great Division II schools.
Is Black Hills State?
It is
in the RMAC. Okay.
Black Hills State. There's a lot of Colorado schools. Black Hills State, not one of them, but one of the premier basketball programs in that conference.
Yeah. No, Black Hills State, South Dakota School of Mines. I spent some time over in Spearfish. I'm chasing around my sister for softball tournaments. So.
Nice. Look at that. Who would have?
Yellow Jackets.
It's such a small world.
I had a Black Hills State hat growing up. That was I don't know why. I guess they shared a mascot with my high school. There's Crispy. He was not popular today. Let me just say.
Was not.
It was not. This is not going on the resume for Crispy.
No, look at him wagging his finger. Oh, no. Got the cameras.
Dude, they're about to permanently become the Seal Slingers if he's not careful.
You know what? I will cut him some slack because there is the orca out there that's been chasing him around all game. But,
he's kind of stealing his flow. And Crispy, I think, is just rattled today.
There he is, trying to up his PR. Is that what he's trying to do? Yeah, we're on to you, Crispy.
Wow, what a horrible look.
Pointing fingers at kids. And Luke Parker, 7,000 or 7,000,001 will be pitching. Clark up to the plate. He had a single his last time up. And takes a big whiff. There at strike 1.
I think he threw that about 7,000,001 miles an hour. That fastball did have some pretty good zip on it.
Our behind-the-scenes team is great, as always. Another opportunity to shout out Connor, Ani, Tyson, and Harrison behind the scenes. They've all done a great job behind the scenes. There we go. Luke Parker, not 7 trillion. 11 is up to the plate. So here's the 0-2. Luke Parker, this will be grounded towards Noah Kung. He's made plays look easy all day. And there's another one. 2 outs away from another victory here at the Friar are the Slingers.
Kung has been a busy guy over at short since replacing Rolling early in this one. And outside of one that probably would have been on SportsCenter top 10 if he had made it, he has made every play that has come to him.
So here is Will Cooley at the top of the order. He'll take a look at strike 1.
4 pitches and 3 strikes and a ground out for Luke Parker so far.
And Cooley is 0 for 3 with a walk back in the first. That'll be down low for ball 1.
Talked about this a little in the bottom of the 8th, but just every side of the baseball contributed well today for the Seal Slingers. And before a big road trip like they have coming at the beginning of this next week, this is such a good sight to see.
Ooh. Kung rolled over his wrist there. Hope he's all right.
Probably a good thing he was on the grass as opposed to the turf.
Yeah.
For that one.
Yeah, he's going to roll off that wrist. That ball was hit hard. Take another look. He took a dive at it and kind of rolled over right there, as you can see. Ooh.
Almost like a scorpion.
Yeah.
Into the grass out there. Definitely doesn't slide as much as he does on the turf.
That doesn't feel good.
No, I'm sure it doesn't.
What a different world it would be if we decided to pursue doctorate degrees instead of broadcasting.
No one wants that. that would be a recipe for disaster.
No, it's a great time to shout out doctors across the world.
It is, especially my mother.
Never be able to do their job. You know what? Shout out Mrs. Tranglo because that is something I'll never be able to do. Doctors will forever amaze me. But But
no, I've heard stories, and it's just like I think I've heard too many stories for me to like really want to pursue that, because man, it is pretty harsh stuff.
It's rough. And there's strike 2. I'll shout out my grandma, who was a nurse, Toots
Nice.
Sweeney. I love you, out there in the Bay Area in California. Shout out to the doctors around the world.
That's such a good one. That's such a
yeah.
wholesome ending to this.
It really is.
Broadcast
You know what, Crispy? You know what you can do to up your PR is
go to medical school.
You can go to a doctor's office and talk
you
to some.
lazy slob.
That's in there for strike 2. Oh, that was strike 3.
Yeah, that was strike 3. That
sorry.
got him. Man, Parker is just pumping the zone right now. This is impressive to see out of first Twites and then Cole Miller and now Luke Parker, all just living within the strike zone.
That's ball 1 to Nishikawa. So, Crispy, yeah, you distracted me, and I thought that was strike 2, and it was actually strike 3. Look at him. He's just can't get enough. Giant head of Finn Crispy Jr.
How tall do you think he is? Like 7'1"?
A good 7 feet tall, yeah.
Get him in the league.
Yeah, seriously. The Supersonics should be coming back here pretty soon. That'd be pretty nice.
You know, like the mascot games they do. He would be a good addition to a team in that regard, because there's no stopping him.
So that got through the glove of Noah Kung. And so Nishikawa will get a board, and this game rolls on.
Looks like they're going to get that as an error on Kung. And the first error for the Slingers today on a night where the gloves have just been spiffy for the home team.
Yeah, not often you'll see Kung do that. He's been a stick on the field, as this one's ripped. But right at Ryland Gollard, he slides to make the play. And the Slingers come away, an offensive explosion. Put up 12 runs en route to a 12-3 victory, and their second in as many days.
Great team win for the Seal Slingers. They are now up to 8-5 on the campaign and 7-2 in their last 9. Starting to play a whole lot better, and just a cast of characters that contributed to the cause today for DubSea. And they'll head off to face Yakima tomorrow and then Wenatchee Tuesday and Wednesday. So a great sight for DeGallier and the Seal Slingers. Garrett DeGallier 2-0 as the head man right now.
And there's a lot of options that we could possibly talk about for stick of the game, but I believe the one that we've settled on only took him 2 innings.
Yeah, Braden Bartholomew, very close second, but Jake Rolling is going to be our stick of the game. It feels so long ago, but in 2 innings of work, he drove in 4 runs with a single and a 3-run double. So Jake Rolling is our stick of the game. As we take a look at just the highlights from this game, there are a lot of them. 26 hits between the two teams. There's Rolling's big 3-run double to make it 4-2 Seal Slingers all the way back in the 2nd inning.
As you mentioned, 25 combined hits. That one cleared the bases, and Rolling in just 2 innings, 2 for 2, pulling out all the emotes right there. And then Bartholomew, this was the highlight of the game. This entire at-bat took about 5 minutes of real time. He fouled off 6 straight pitches and eventually clobbered a 3-run home run. That really separated the Seal Slingers. And then Vaughn Lowe, another 2-run double for Vaughn Lowe, who's been on a tear as of late. Another fish stick celebration. And then Bartholomew, as you mentioned, a late stretch that almost earned him stick of the game. That was a double coming off of that home run. And after a really tough middle of the summer up to this point, he has been nails. And then Isaac Watson finally gets the single that he's been looking for this summer. That drove in a run as well. So Watson reached 4 times, 3 walks, and that single, and really a group effort all the way around. As we take another look at the upcoming schedule for this busy Seal Slingers squad, 3 straight road games coming up. Monday will be against the Yakima Valley Pippins, and then 2 straight against the Wenatchee Apple Sox. And then next Thursday, another $3 Thursday against the Dudes. And then Friday's bout against the A's, the first meeting that those two have had since the season opener. And then 4th of July again against the A's, an 11:05 first pitch. And that should be a fun one. So a fun week of baseball coming up for the Slingers.
Yeah, and this team is starting to find their footing, and they're starting to play some really good baseball. And 5-5 in the PIL right now, obviously a non-league game today and a non-league win today, but they're going to kick it into gear. I just have a feeling this lineup is clicking, and the pitchers looked so good today, especially the bullpen arms.
So 3 runs each in the 2nd, in the 6th, and in the 7th for the Slingers. They take the 12-3 victory here at the Friar. And for Connor Ryan, the rest of our outstanding behind-the-scenes crew, and Angus Trainmo, I'm Kyle Sweeney. We'll be with you all week for a busy action of baseball here on the Fish Sticks Network.